And welcome back to this week's episode of D&D, where Campaigns of the Plains. Thanks for joining us. We will throw it over to Alysia for some announcements.
Hey guys, I'm doing the promo today. Isn't that weird? I have cookies. We all have cookies.
Yay!
Yay, cookies! These cookies were made by our friend Jess at Night Owl Bakery. She owns a bakery in Sioux Falls, and she does free delivery in Sioux Falls. So if you really want some awesome cookies that smell delicious and I've made everybody wait to eat this entire time, then you should hit her up. She has a Facebook page, and we'll also put her link in the description below so you can check that out.
It's just like marshmallow on there.
Everybody eat their cookies now! Like they started.
We have been.
I didn't know there was rules.
No.
I don't play well by rules.
What are the rules?
What are
those? This is roll for cookie.
Okay, well that's all that I have for promotions or promos or whatever. So back to you, Matt.
Well, I'm eating, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my cookie too.
Fade to black. Real quick, guys, we've just finished up our Baby Dragon giveaway, which will probably be way later on than you see this video, but we plan on doing some more giveaways, so keep your eyes on social media.
Anyway, okay, so... Jumping into tonight's session, who wants to recap what we did last session?
Are we recording?
Are you going to cut out all of the...
I assume.
Oh, I didn't take any notes. So...
Well,
but I can give you my bad memory rendition of what happened.
Okay, please.
Okay, so it was nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
There were zombies on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And they were preventing me and my new friend Rosemary from having a peaceful evening together with Kudath in the corner as our chaperone. And so we decided, let's go and hide. No, that was the episode before that. Let's go hide in the fighting pit, because that's safer. But we forgot that the door was barricaded. I left a note, though.
Inside, where they couldn't see.
So we went down there, and Rosemary got really drunk.
Yeah, she did.
Like, really, really, I was concerned. I might need to talk to Rowan. And we threw Kudath in a cell. And then Rowan showed up. He found us, so, he's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left again.
He threw Chatz in a cell, and then he left again after I smacked him on his way out with some healing. And then Chatz woke up in the cell, and I told him he killed everybody, all of his friends. He should be ashamed.
I don't remember that.
I feel like that's a complete lie.
No, I did. When he woke up, I was like, you should be ashamed of yourself, Chatz. I can't believe you've done this.
It definitely happened.
And then I let him out of jail, and then I don't know, these guys faced moral peril while they attacked each other. Finnick tried to murder Duke. He almost succeeded. Rowan showed up to save the day because Rowan is the best.
I think I healed you for a whole 2.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 away from death.
Right?
I got the wrong.
And then we all got back together like one big happy family and chose to spend the night sleeping in jail cells.
Yes.
I think that's it. Oh wait, we're trying to smuggle a body out in a cart.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I believe we started last session off with me and Finnick evolving into our were forms, as I have been infected with lycanthropy, and he's been one all along. And we decided to eat Duke.
No.
No. You.
Me.
Yeah.
Eat you. Duke happened to show up at that time. And both Duke and Rowan managed to subdue us, knock us out, and get us back to the inn. It took a little bit, though. There was a little bit of chasing around that was involved.
Benny Hill was playing.
Yeah.
If
we had the rights to that,
Oh, yeah. Well, mine was a cover. So, anyway.
Yeah, sure.
They got us back to the tavern, where we all hunkered down downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Where, they locked me up. And, speaking of, horrendous crimes, Rowan found Clifton and Evelyn in a bloody room gnawing on body parts.
You didn't see what they were eating, to be specific.
True.
It's jam.
It could be. You never know.
Porridge to jam.
Brain jelly.
You never know.
That sounds delicious.
So, they were gnawing on something. We're not quite
Brain
sure.
jelly.
Sure. And then I believe we pretty much kind of hunkered down for the rest of the night after that.
Mm-hmm.
Just recuperating and leveling up and
Yeah.
Just da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
Just
right.
went throughout the...
We did level up. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we
We
did.
literally talked about that like half hour
I know.
ago.
I forget things.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, did you
no,
not do
you're-
it?
You took
You're
a long
12.
rest.
I'm 12, but I
Did you
didn't
get a long
like...
rest?
Take
Yeah,
a long
no,
rest.
Yeah, so he's not dead.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and now we're trying to smuggle Kudath out of the city so that we can hand him over to the Tabaxi.
The
Correct.
Chained Uprising.
Yes.
Which I decided today is a really cool name. I was thinking about that. I was like, it's a cool name.
Oh, I have
Glad
an
you like
idea.
Yeah.
Are we getting into character now? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Crochet.
So Chatz, you have a disguise kit.
I do.
Could you just like put a beard on Kudath? Maybe some
Kudath's
glasses.
cousin visiting.
Maybe like a blonde wig. It's not Kudath. It's Katrina.
Oddly enough, I had
With
a
beard.
similar idea.
It's Katrina with a beard. The bearded
It is way
We're
too
trying-
early for
Kevin.
this.
It's Kevin.
It's
What
Kevin.
if
You got real drunk
we
last night.
simply draped a fabric over Kudath? It will obviously be a body, but if the gods ask us, who do you have in there, we'll say, it is a traitor that left his post in the middle of the battle last night. We don't hide that we are carrying a body. We simply tell them that we are taking it to Dominic to be held at trial and let him deal with him.
A trial for a dead body?
No, for an unconscious body that is a traitor.
I have some. Wait, actually, you know what? I was gonna say I have some questions and concerns because we're not were creatures, but when you came in last night, you looked an awful lot like one.
Well, I don't know if I can control it at this point. To my understanding, it takes many months of meditating and reflection upon your ability to change in order to even get close to being able to control it.
Well, then Finnick.
Am I wrong, Finnick?
It did take me many months studying with Liliana to control and understand the gift.
Well, then Finnick can do it. Who's Liliana?
The person that gave me the gift.
Do you talk to her often?
When she's around. She's traveling and doing her stuff right now.
She also like a were.
No, she's a real person.
No,
She's a were creature.
She were fox.
She's a were cat or something. I don't remember.
Rowan.
This is
Hi.
way off topic.
It's a.
If
Are you close? Are you friends?
We were friends.
Are you still friends?
We're
Not that I care.
We are friendly.
Everyone has friends. I was
She's
just
like she's like a
wander,
sister to me.
Wander away.
if you were able to use your ability to do that half shift, do you think you could pass as a
Oh, that's
half
racist.
shifted wear?
You asked this
Half-shifted?
question.
He fully shifts. He just doesn't wear.
Yeah.
Chat, you've
I-
asked this question the last 3 days.
Have I?
He
Oh, okay.
does not look like a weird creature when he's shifted. He just looks slightly more angry and will have pointier ears.
And more cat-like.
Yowzers.
His nose, he's a snoot that I just
I-
kind of want to.
You know what? The last, 3 days has been the last 3 months. So give me a break, okay?
I know.
But no, I don't think I'd pass. Just because of what I've seen of the were creatures, they're either in their full were form, they're some kind of animal, or they're in a human form. My shifting is nothing like that.
Well, unless you have a crash course in shifting, I don't think we can pull off were creatures turning in another were creature.
Why can't he
Other-
just do it?
he could do it. I guess, where does that leave us? I'm a tabaxi, so
Yeah.
I should be a slave on the mountain.
You really should be under the blanket with...
You probably smell as well. Zombie guts.
Wait!
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get on the mountain, right?
Right.
What if Chatz is a runaway tabaxi that we're trying to return to his owner?
What if we're overthinking this, and the Chained Uprising's already in town, with a way for us to get on the mountain?
They're not. They told us to meet us at the mountain. At the entrance to the mountain.
Yes,
The entrance.
It was out of town. We had to get out of town to get to the entrance.
We don't know how bad it was last night. I don't know what the recovery
All right,
stage
you
of
know
town
what? Let's
is.
just throw them in. You know what? This is a bar. There's still food here. Do they have burlap sacks? Why don't we put them in a sack? A burlap sack and tie it up and then put the sack on the cart with some other sacks of potatoes.
we will
and then
need a
just-
very big.
And we just
sack.
pretend that he's potatoes. What you got there? Potatoes?
I don't hate it.
Fine.
Where are we going to find a sack that large?
You know what?
For the first time in days, you actually see Rowan kind of start to, like, giggle, but like a mad giggle, and he leans into the cart and he's like, "You hear that, you bastard? You're a sack of potatoes."
Irish.
Yeah, right?
You could cover him with a cloth and cover
He's-
him with potatoes.
He's already covered in a
Well,
cloth.
then let's put some
Let's
potatoes
just
on
put the
him.
potatoes on top of him.
You go find some potatoes then, if you must.
I'm just giving up ideas, okay? Other potatoes down here.
What if
Can I
we
roll
just...
for potatoes?
Roll an investigation.
Roll for potatoes. 2. Wait, well,
That's kinda cocked.
that's definitely
Yeah.
cocked. You know, just
Roll it.
You know, I don't.
19
Yeah.
You
plus. Roll for potatoes. What's my investigation?
How about this?
19.
You're searching around back behind the bar. You only find wine and ale down here.
Oh.
Rosemary, hey,
good.
Rosemary, help me.
Ugh.
Grab some crates of wine.
What?
Set them on top of Kudath.
What about
Okay.
all these zombies' bodies?
I was
What if
actually
we-
going to say, why don't we look outside and see, oh, look, all these dead people. And then we could say, we're just transporting the dead out of the town.
So we're gonna pile dead bodies on top of Kudath.
Yeah,
Yes.
Why not?
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this too. And we're doing our civic duty to clean up the streets.
Exactly.
I
We're just being good citizens.
I go get a shovel
Where?
Why do you need a shovel?
to scoop up the dead bits.
We're gonna bury him outside, according to what we just told these people.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
we're just-
touching the dead bodies. I was just gonna
Oh.
scoop them.
You know, we'll just
Oh, you're
dump
gonna
them
spatula 'em?
outside the gate.
You gonna flip some omelets?
You know what? Let's just go and do what we talked about. Dead bodies everywhere.
yes. Let's get some
Let
of the
the
dead
bodies-
zombies and put them on top of Kudath.
Yes, I love this idea. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so just a reminder, at this point, you guys would have gone, to get a long rest, it had to be around 10 to 11 o'clock, so it's almost noon
Okay.
by the time you guys are heading out. So, are you guys trying to be stealthy? Are you just, like, walking out the back door? What are you doing?
There's no reason to be sneaky, I don't think.
I will.
I
This
still
town
think you
was
should
in
put a wig on
chaos
Kudath,
last night.
like a fake mustache.
I will obfuscate my appearance somehow. I mean, I have changed my armor to that of.
Are you gonna do old granny again?
No. I think we'll do.
You've got that mask that we got from the cultists.
Yes, I think. I'll do Old Beggar today.
Okay.
And I will pull a hood up over top of my head and. Yeah, to try and hide myself in and.
While he's doing that, I'm like, why don't you try a little more of the bring out your dead gravedigger type
Okay.
person.
Oh, I like that.
So I change it more to a formal like suit or something, and with like one of those long like bow ties like the Southern people wear, and
Bolo tie, yes.
Well,
So you're thinking like internal, or
yeah,
like
yeah, you know,
with a whoop, not a bolo tie.
no, not
Like
the bolo with like
KFC
the yeah, no,
standard.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Colonel standards.
I don't.
When we go down the streets, are you going to shout, bring out your dead?
Um,
You probably shouldn't. That'll draw attention to us.
Well, if we already have a full cart, he doesn't have to.
Yes.
So I will say, if you are going for an Undertaker type look, you wouldn't be able to hide your fur unless you had some sort of like cloak to cover your.
No, not Undertaker. Gravedigger. Yeah. Way different.
Yeah.
Most gravediggers were thought to have like leprosy and stuff like that. That's why they were gravediggers.
Right. So you're not dressing fancy?
Tell you what, I will turn my outfit into a long black coat with a hood.
Okay.
Like a cloak. Mm-hmm. And so I almost look like the Grim Reaper, just walking along, like very off-putting.
And then you have some sort of facial covering, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Scraps of fabric that you just made into it. Like,
so you're a mummy.
You got the cultist mask.
You do?
That's true. Yeah, I think I'll put on the cultist mask and my gloves, of course, and what have you. So
okay, they're pretty tattered from the previous night.
Mm-hmm.
So like your gloves definitely look like they've been through some shit. You can see like fur sticking out through them as they are not magical and therefore did not change when you changed.
I think I'll take like some bandages and wrap my hands up in those, so it should help hide the fur.
Okay, sounds good. So you have a disguise of some sort. Does anyone else disguise themselves in any way?
I just pull my hood up as per usual.
Okay.
And just chilling.
So you're heading out the back door or front door?
There's only one door.
There's two doors.
Well, we're going up the stairs, not...
Yeah, let's go up the back door.
There is an exit out of the jail, isn't there? Out of the
No. There's through the bar, or there's the back entrance.
We can't shimmy him back up there. I didn't throw him down.
We dropped him down.
Well,
you dropped him
I
down.
levitated him down. But like when he was like 2 feet away from the floor, I let the levitate spell drop, so he would just like... Oh.
Yeah. So, out the back door.
Okay. So, are you bringing Kudath with you is the question. Are you leaving him here?
Can we just roll out some blankets and then like...
That's what it basically did before we brought him up there.
Hide him in a rug.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
We quesaritoed him.
Yeah. Burrito time.
So who is carrying him then? Is it
probably me?
I was like,
are you doing it like over your shoulder?
Yeah.
He's a big guy, so
you get the head. I'll get the toes. I'm strong.
It's turned into like a Eiffel Tower situation,
right?
I'll help with the other leg.
Okay, so the three of you are carrying this Goliath up the stairs. Okay.
Mind his head as it smacks on a stair.
Whoops.
I spin really hard at the
we tape like the
hallway
knuckle
and
right, so it doesn't fall.
He's got the cloth.
Okay.
The scrap cloth that I've gotten from Chatz to wrap and gag him.
Right. So you guys bundle him up and head him up the stairs. You make your way out the back door. You're not being stealthy at all, correct? You're just heading out?
I'm going to go out before them and grab the cart.
Okay, so you step out before them to try and grab the cart. The cart is gone. It looks like... So, I'll paint you a picture. Uh-huh. So, you see just throughout this entire street, it's just stains of various colors of liquids from the previous night. A lot of the bodies have been cleaned up at this point. And the cart that you guys previously used has been taken. You could probably find another cart if you really wanted to, but the cart that was previously there is...
I go back in and shut the door behind me and I go, so there's some things we didn't think about. It's like midday and a lot of the bodies are gone already.
Kind of impressed with that.
And the cart's also gone.
This is impressive since they had no leadership last night.
Is there still some bodies?
Or? I mean, there would definitely be some bodies around. Like, there's probably like parts, like body parts. Like most of the bodies have been cleaned up.
To be fair, it doesn't take leadership to clean the town up. It just takes some dedicated citizens with carts. I
mean, you would have seen people out, like, not like scrubbing the ground necessarily, but I mean, people are out and about. Like they still look freaked out. Just like the vibe that you get is just like, holy fuck, we survived.
Yeah.
But like, they're still going about their day. Like, there's still guards about. There's a lot less guards. Like, in the brief couple seconds you were out there, you saw maybe like 2 guards going up and down the road. But it's a lot less totalitarian and more like, we all survived. And so, yeah, like, people have started their day. They are at least starting to clean up, if not have cleaned up quite a bit.
So, do you guys want me to go find a cart?
You do remember the cart was pretty big. I mean, you probably could bring it yourself. It might take you a little while. But
I feel like it would make things easier.
Okay. Finnick, you want to come with me? We can go find a cart. We can leave these boys here.
Maybe you can get a feel for the town too, see what's going on.
Yeah, we can see what's happening.
All right.
as soon as you say that, whoever has the walkie-talkie, I don't know who has the walkie-talkie.
We have 2 of them now, don't we?
Yes.
I think it's the 2 of you.
Yeah, I have one and you have one.
So the one that was from a guard, not Kudath. Who has that one?
Pretty sure you had
the Kudath.
You have the Kudath one, so yours would go off, and you would hear alert after last night's fiasco. Be aware for any unusual activity. Also, Kudath and Yuza have not been seen since last night and are considered missing. Like, this is broadcasting. Like, this is not quiet, but nothing comes through on yours.
Yes.
Well, we heard that she was holding it up.
Yeah, you all
I hold it up after it goes
okay, I thought you were
I'm
asking
walking
a
up.
question.
I'm holding it up and I'm like, would you think me getting a cart is unusual activity?
No. There's a lot of cleanup going on right now.
Literally,
Yes.
almost anyone here that can find one is going to have one.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we'll
But-
be back then. Finish.
Just don't say anything about him.
And be cautious and try not to stand out.
I'm blue.
Well, here, and I'm going to use my disguise kit to give you a foundation that is not blue.
I pull my gloves on so that I look.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hideous! What is this color?
What color did you make her?
Kind of like I think like a tan.
So she has tan skin and blue hair? Blue flowing hair?
Well,
Oh.
I have my hood up.
Oh, yes. But your hair probably still, like, tethers out a little bit.
She's got like a short bob, so I'll just pull out like some spare fabric and like tie my hair
Well,
back.
hold on. The disguise kit is a pouch of cosmetics, hair dye, and small props to let you to create disguises that change your
I
physical
see you
appearance.
pull hair dye out, and I go.
We don't have time
No.
for that. That takes at least
No.
30 minutes
Do
to
you have a wig?
process.
Do you have a wig in there? I can put a wig on. You are not dyeing my hair.
I might have a mop somewhere.
I tie my hair up with like some square fabric and put my hood up.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
Sounds good. So you
Good
two are
enough.
heading out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head out the back door. Where are you guys
I
going?
was gonna dye my hair.
We probably head toward like the market.
Town square?
Yeah, because that's where I would assume they would have.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way east along the road. As you make your way that way, you would see the carnage of the main thoroughfare that you guys caused. Like, there would still be a lot of bodies here. Like, this was like ground zero for slaughter.
Are there people with carts picking up bodies?
Yes.
Are there any spare carts?
It looks like right here, they're all currently being used, and they're all funneling the carts east. So, like, as soon as they pile up enough, they have people coming and going from the eastern
We should
side.
go to where they drop them off and say we're here for a fresh cart.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you're following one of the full carts.
You know what? I'll just be like, go up to like a cart that's almost full and be like, you guys need help taking the cart?
And the guard looks at you and looks you up and down and just gives you a once-over and says, "Are you sure you can lift that thing?"
Well, he's gonna help me.
And he does a once-over on you. "Are you sure you can lift that thing?"
I'm the weakest one of this party.
We're fine. We just want to do our civic duty.
Do you know where we're going?
Follow the train of carts.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'm assuming you guys are
You
making
take
a way.
one end, I'll take one end, we'll dump our cart.
We don't need to dump it. We need the bodies, don't we?
We'll act like we're going to dump our cart.
We'll go that way, and then we'll just like merge like off and just like circle back around.
So,
Like, just do that thing where you're like, and you're like, woo!
so are you going east then, or are you going south?
Yeah, I'm going east,
We're
just
following the
until we
tracks.
get out of that guy's sight.
Right.
And then like, maybe like we're gonna take a break, it's heavy, like go behind
Mm-hmm.
a house when nobody's looking. I'll like pull out like a blanket out
Mm-hmm.
of my bag and then just like
Okay. Sounds good.
So
So
look like a burrito.
and then take the back roads to wheel it back to
Yeah.
where we were.
okay, just give me a general strength check to see how well you guys do with this. I mean, you guys are working together, so it's a low DC. But I just want to see if you guys roll poorly.
That's a
I'm gonna roll with it.
15?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good for you. Holy shit. It's an 8?
13.
Wow. Just a straight strength
14.
check?
Oh, straight strength check.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a 10 then. I was using just like athletics.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a
10, and then
13?
13? Okay, yeah. It takes you a little while. You
Yeah.
guys are huffing and puffing.
that makes the break we take more believable.
Right.
11. I looked at I did a saving. 11.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Was strong.
That's
I mean-
pretty good for me.
yeah, you guys are average, essentially. Like, you're keeping up pace with the other townspeople, essentially, that are hauling carts. And you see, several people that are having to do the same thing you guys are doing, and having 2 people pulling the carts because they're scrawny people. But you guys make your way east, and are you going north or south? So you're at the very far edge of town at this point.
Well, we wouldn't go all the way east. We would follow a little while until we're out of sight from where the center of town is. And then I'm feeling like we would start to slow down. Like, oh god, this is heavy. Let's
Go around
up.
us.
Yeah,
Go
go around us.
around.
And then
Go around.
us. And then like pull off to the side. Like, oh, I need 5 minutes. Like take a break. And then when like there isn't anybody going by us, like
You just go down an alley or
go
something?
down an alley and
Yeah.
then like loop back around to
Okay,
where
so-
our friends are.
So you make your way down an alley and around. You definitely get, so as you're coming around
Let's try to be sneaky with our carts.
it's a loud cart.
Yeah.
It's not quiet at all.
we could like grease it up or something.
Yeah, right? Can I pass without a trace us in our cart?
You definitely can. I mean,
Let's be stealthy with our cart.
Yeah.
how are you making it stealthy other than using pass without trace? Are you doing anything to like grease the
I'll
the
just make
wheels,
sure
or-
the wheels are nice and greasy. I'll take some body grease.
Yeah, some goopy goopy.
some
We'll just
goop.
rub some zombie brands.
Okay.
Slick it up.
I'll
some
cover,
bile,
I'll
some
cover
goopy-
the dead bodies with like an old like shitty blanket,
Yeah.
Oh
Pass without a trace makes everything
All right.
quieter, muffled,
Okay, so you guys pass without a trace, and
The one thing both of us are good at is being stealthy.
we are. That's like
So
where we
you are-
shine.
I just imagine us like with the big mustache with the cart like sneaking.
Top hats?
Just some dirt from a garden. Twirl mustache.
We did plants. Gotta get those
There's lots.
potatoes in the ground.
so okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
So much fertilizer laying around
Yeah.
today.
This is a shitty place.
Oh god, okay.
+8 or
Plus
10?
10.
Okay, so that's a 25.
Okay.
I think it's only like a 23, but I rolled a 3.
Right, yeah. Like, that's really poor with pass without trace.
Yeah, I think that's a 21. It's only a 21.
Okay, so I will say you are in broad daylight, but you're not drawing as much of attention.
And we're down alleys.
Right, you're going down an alley. You have to go. The only way to get back to where you guys are wanting to go, you'd have to take another street.
Right.
Can we take like a side street?
We take as many side
Like I don't
streets
want to
as
take
we can.
Minnesota, but can we take like Dakota?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
And then
parallel
when we
to
have to
Maine.
cross over Minnesota, we just like do it real quickly.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
like, oh yes. Lots of bodies. Lots of bodies.
It's just manure.
Okay,
You have-
It's spring. It's time to plant. It's planting season.
So, you guys, So you guys start making your way west along one of the southern roads, and there are obviously people around. They're giving you looks, but they're not stopping you.
Yeah.
Like a hand falls out from underneath your blanket and just
kick it back up with my foot. Like in there.
It's like a gray, putrid, like bloody hand that's like underneath, and you just
Chop it off. Leave it behind you.
That's what I was thinking. Nope.
Where'd that hand come from?
Cheap manure. I just don't know. It's really getting handsy lately.
They donated their bodies to science, guys, okay?
Exactly.
So
For science.
Science!
Yeah.
That's the face that Duke's actually going to make when we show up.
So as you guys are going along this southwestern path, you'll cut back towards where the tavern is. You do go past, Rosemary's father / Rowan's uncle's house, and the door is still wide open. Like, most of the houses seem like they're in better array than others, but this house is still looks like it's been left astray.
Mm-hmm.
As the door is open, and there probably wouldn't be porridge on the street anymore. That might have been like shuffled around enough that it's not evident, but it's still like a mess. But you're just going by. You're heading back to the tavern.
Must complete the mission.
Okay. So
It's Rowan's job to babysit the pets.
so anyway,
I thought we were the pets. I'm a animal, so.
right. So you guys slowly make your way back. What are you guys doing in the meantime? While it takes them like probably a good half hour to an hour to stealthily get this large, very filled with bodies cart.
Big enough. Why don't you just bring back a shopping cart? They're like, that's too small. Oh, okay. We just go.
What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Should we maybe send somebody else?
I mean, they can handle themselves.
You know what happens when they're by themselves? One of them gets arrested. When we're by ourselves, nothing bad happens.
No.
I mean, I don't know. She definitely has some interesting choices and friends.
I'm one of those friends.
I know you are.
Oh, she
Okay.
probably is.
I don't know if I trust all of your friends.
Oh, she also drove me weird. She's racist.
Mm. She's also probably jealous.
So,
Duke took that personally.
Duke will remember this.
Mm-hmm.
last night was interesting.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? I was here with Sapphire. We had a nice night, and then
I'm sure you did.
we had old Fogey here who was bumming our fun, and
I don't know if Kudath was the old fogey.
Oh, yeah.
no, I was gesturing to Duke.
Oh, Duke.
Duke was there.
Duke Chatz? Oh, Duke was there right at first.
Yeah, and then he was killing our buzz, and he left.
And then he was replaced with Chatz. You're right, old fogey.
Yeah, old Fogey.
The grandpas.
Yeah, like the grandpas. I mean, I don't know what else happened other than, I guess, Chatz turned or something.
Yes, I seem to have acquired the curse of lycanthropy, and I apologize for anything I did last night.
Speaking of, Rosemary, can you get rid of that for him?
Get rid of what?
The lycanthropy.
I mean, I sure can try, I guess. I mean, I don't know how it works. I mean, I've heard stories that remove curse is a viable option. But I also have heard that more dangerous beings it doesn't always work with. It's not always it's not always no, I'm saying like the thing you get it from. If it's like just a bit like a bare bones minimum werewolf, yeah, that'll probably work just fine, but and she gestures at Kudath. This thing, I don't know what the fuck this thing was.
He does seem to have something other than your garden variety werewolf affliction.
Was he actually a wolf or
Yeah, he was a werewolf. Yeah, like he started off werewolf. And then he was like half were-demon thing.
It's a topic for another night, so long as I stay out of moonlight and we're past the full moon, so...
Yeah,
You can't fight the moonlight.
you should be fine. I mean, I can definitely try. I can...
Earthquake!
I mean...
Oh, it's pointing at the light.
I don't know how you keep knocking.
Well, I told you I should
Which
get my
way do
cameras.
it go now?
Down.
Oh.
Yeah, quite. I don't know how it like.
I think I hit the cord
Oh,
and it pulls it
Yanked
up.
it up.
perfect.
There.
Perfect. Everything I do is perfect.
Yeah. Everything
See, we
does
couldn't
is
even do the
magic.
earthquake because it didn't see us.
That's
Well, it was an earthquake and I just pointed at the ceiling.
right.
I just moved this.
Shit, I don't know if I have remove curse. Do I have remove curse? I might not have remove curse.
Oh
She's a
no.
cleric, isn't
I
she?
do believe.
Yeah, but I don't have it prepared.
Oh,
Have
she
to wait
could have
another
prepared.
day.
We asked her
Might.
about it the night before.
That's true.
She was too busy trying
She
to
was
get
also
something else
very drunk.
prepped.
She was also very drunk, yes.
Might Agnes actually? Isn't she the lead cleric of this?
She
Church?
is a cleric that lives in town, if that's what you mean. I mean, I would assume she could heal
We asked her to remove a
afflictions.
curse from Chatz before.
It's true.
Yeah, she didn't like him.
Well, she might like him not. Well,
I'm not
I
there.
don't know.
I'm not there.
It's true you're not.
I'm just
Oh, it's a third
remembering
level spell.
fondly.
I thought it was much lower.
Hmm.
She does not have that one prepared, but I can prepare it. I'll just take a different one off.
I don't know if Agnes would be happy to see us after last night.
What did you do?
It's kind of your fault.
Oh. Well.
No offense.
But that would give her more reason to want to help in that particular department, I think is a term used in common here.
Well, we should maybe put that off or put it on the to-do list. My main concern is just getting this pile of shit out of town.
Yes, but until they get back, what do you want to do? Sit quietly?
Well, and I sit down on the steps and I poke Kudath's head with my staff a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure he's not going anywhere. I don't think taking him to the church is a good idea.
I'm not saying take him to the church. I'm saying take him to the church.
I mean, I can do anything that Agnes could do, and she reaches out and touches your face,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like a warmth, and you guys see a glowing coming from her hands as she is going to try and cast Remove Curse, but you don't feel any different after she finishes with the incantation. You definitely feel like a warmth come over you a little bit, but you have no idea if it worked or not. It might have, but nothing seems to have really changed.
I feel warm.
That's normal.
Uncomfortable with fur.
That's fair. Out of character, do we all remember who actually got infected with lycanthropy? Because I believe it was most of the party.
It was, I think, Strozinger's.
Not this guy.
Just those two. I'm fine.
I
Yeah.
believe Rosemary is.
Rosemary also.
Mm.
Yep.
So, Strozinger's, yeah.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
Womp womp.
back in character.
It's a family thing.
Sure.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
In the family.
So,
I'd probably watch that movie.
All in the Family?
No, but like,
Isn't that a corn song?
Mm.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Anyway.
Anyway.
So hopefully that helps. We won't know until, but we'll find out, right?
I guess. Let's hope no one dies.
I just want Chatz to like try to hook out.
I mean,
Oh.
you definitely can. You can definitely try and control this thing, I guess.
Don't.
Well. While we're waiting, I think I'm going to just have a seat and maybe just meditate a little bit and just kind of refocus and just think about things. And I think last night was very harrowing, up against zombies and were creatures and becoming a were creature myself. And so I think I reflect upon like the short little prayers I sent out to the Cat Lord, and like I think I also reflect on what led me to this path, and kind of how like the Tabaxi and the Cat Lord, like the Cat Lord supposedly in myth arose from just a commoner, like it was someone who ascended to godhood. And so like it's really, the spirit is all in one and the same, and like that, like there's really a thin boundary between the spirit of the community that believes in the Cat Lord and the Cat Lord himself or herself. And I think I just reflect on that duality and the reason that I chose this path in the first place. So, and then I also think about like my affliction. What?
Sorry, nothing.
Okay. My affliction, and like if I feel any different after what Rosemary did.
So you sit and you contemplate and you...
I have a title for my notes for today.
Oh, God.
You sit and you contemplate and you feel the air enter your lungs and leave them, and you take some deep breaths and you concentrate, and you don't feel any different. You feel a little lighter as you're reflecting on these important things in your life and how, where you've come from and how you've gotten here and the friends you made along the way. Because friendship. But you don't feel any light or anything, any like bright, blinding light or anything.
Right.
Nothing, no epiphany or anything. Just a nice, soothing, like you had a stressful night last night, some restless sleep, but this is a nice way to center yourself and get ready for the day.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to do anything?
Rosemary, can you send a message to the cat lady again?
I'm not sure what
Silent?
Yeah, her.
What about?
We are more than likely going to need a route out of this town. If she could provide a guide or the best way out, that would be amazing.
I mean, I can send her a message. I don't know how much she's going to know about Taran. From what I know, she doesn't leave.
No, but she might have some eyes here in the city.
That's true. I can... So, what exactly do you want me to say? Do you want me to ask her if she has people in the city that can help us?
Maybe if she could just... If she's got some eyes in the city, if she could provide us with a good route outside of the city, the best route outside of the city.
Okay.
I think the best route is potato roots.
So you see her close her eyes and concentrate, and she sends a message, and then she waits a couple seconds, and then you can see she's receiving said message, and she regurgitates. There are some agents in the city. They are saying that the eastern gate is the only viable exit, as it was not damaged last night, I guess. And that they can probably help us get out of town, but they're also waiting at the base of the mountain.
Sounds fine. I sit down on one of the steps, take out my pipe, and load it up and have some tobacco.
Okay, sounds good. Duke, can you do anything?
Wacky tabaxi is what he calls it.
Uh,
It's a strain that
no,
you can only find in the
nothing in
On the mountain.
particular. I guess I'll meditate on my abilities and try to see if I can hopefully
Figure shit out.
Are you gonna try and rage and see what happens?
No, I don't want to accidentally blow the fucking tavern up or anything.
But that's how you use your abilities, correct?
Well,
Or do you
not
have a
all
different
of them.
one? Oh, okay.
Not all of them.
What are you gonna concentrate on then?
I'm just trying to get I really just want to try to see if I can get more of a grip and understanding of what is happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you say it's more of a nature check then? Because this is like the cosmos. Like this is very
Well,
wild magic shit happens, right?
Inner reflection.
Yeah.
Do some yoga.
Right. Oh, I did yoga for the first time this week. It was an experience.
I want to get into it. I mean, I guess I can. Yeah, nature could work. It's more like
I mean, if you
these are abilities that are coming out, and
right. I mean, I could also do Arcana, but they're the same roll, so they're +1 to both of them. So
I mean, sure. 12.
12. Okay. So you get a sense that you do have abilities that sometimes they come out like when you're raging, sometimes they come out when you are hurt, or if you're defensive. Are you going to try and manifest any of said abilities, or are you just trying to focus on what different types of things you can do?
Yeah, I want to. It's more of the understanding. What can I do?
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about, when some of these have happened, kind of thinking back to, okay, what did I do to cause them?
So you would start to think about, what are some of the things I can do, and what are the things that maybe I can't do, or I haven't learned I can do yet, and you feel and hear a nearby table start to clean itself. It's some of the dust particles start to lift up, and the glass itself starts to rise and right itself, and the liquid that was in it starts to disappear, phonoelevate and disappear, almost like you're casting prestidigitation, but you're focusing on it.
Right.
You're not sure why this is happening, but it's just you're focusing on something inside yourself, and it's manifesting by cleaning the table.
I just lean into Rosemary while looking at these two, meditating and shit, and I'm like, and I'm the monk.
Right. I'm surprised you're not joining them in morning meditation shit. I mean, I already prayed to the Thander, so I'm
No,
fine.
I've already done my morning stretches.
I wish I could meditate and the house would clean itself.
right.
Same.
So you feel and hear this thing going on, and you think it's probably you. It could be Chatz for all you know, but you definitely feel a little bubbling up of energy inside of you, you're manifesting it in some way. You're not sure how to control it necessarily, but you might be doing that.
We're going through some shit. Leave us to our ways.
Weird.
People can bend like that.
Right. So you guys are meditating and inner focusing, and you guys hear pretty quietly. Yeah, you hear creak, 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 creak as you hear wheels that were greased with bodily organs.
Now they're just sticky, and it makes it.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that lube.
Yeah. But you definitely hear it approaching the door, the back door.
Sounds like a ride is here.
Well, his at least.
Well, shall we get to work hiding a body in more bodies?
I put out my pipe and store it away and grab a leg.
As do I.
Grab the rest.
Okay, sounds good. So the three of you manage to awkwardly bring a couch up the stairs and pivot the body.
No, you turn. No, raise
No,
it up.
Guy goes
Clockwise.
sideways.
No, counterclockwise to you.
My clockwise.
He's not stiff. You can bend him.
Right. I punch him in the gut just a little bit to fold him up as we come out the door.
Are you trying to be stealthy in any way, bringing this rolled up body out?
I for sure am trying not to be stealthy on my end as
Okay.
best as I can.
I believe you would still get past by that trace because they're within 30 feet of
For
you.
an hour.
Yes.
Bring out your dead.
So feel free to roll stealth if you would like to do
Clear a
so.
hole in the body cart for us to nestle him in.
Okay.
I'll take the trident, just like a pitchfork, kind of just like make like a,
I get to
Make a
use my
body
new
hole.
power right away.
Oh?
Reliable talent.
Oh, did you roll really poorly?
Well, it was a 5 on the die, but that means it's a 24.
Right.
What?
Because it's automatically a 10 if he's...
Yeah.
The
if he's-
lowest I can
that's
roll
right.
now is a 24
I was like,
on stealth.
I didn't know that any of these just give you a 24.
Oh,
No.
well, then 34 with her pass without trace.
Because you have plus 14 to your stealth, right?
Yes.
30 for me.
Okay. What'd you roll?
32.
Wow. So yeah, you guys, with nary a sound amongst the three of you, managed to load his body up and
Cover him up.
Yeah,
dude.
once he gets on there, I just take another dead body and flop him over the top of him,
we just weave them.
and then just put
Yeah.
the
Weave
blanket
the
back on
Basket
top
weave.
of the thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
just like
Where were they
Over
dumping
under.
the bodies?
you don't know.
No, they said which way were they with the
Oh,
body
they
train
said
going?
to the east.
Okay.
oh, East Gate. That's where we're
So
gonna
the
go.
body train was going out
Okay.
east.
How
Rosemary contracted.
Silith.
That's her name.
Thanks, Rosemary.
You're welcome.
That's not Josh. That's
Rowan.
yeah. The Silith person on the mountain. And she said she has some agents at the East Gate that may be able to
Well,
help.
the body train was heading out the east gate too. so
Well,
that's
great.
perfect.
Let's head out that way.
Perfect.
How bad do the bodies smell?
They smell horrible.
Do you think we need a little more on top of it? Like, it's pretty bad, but I kind of want people to avoid us if we come through.
Listen, the center of town is full of corpses. There was a train, a literal trail
I don't think anyone's
of
going to bother
body
looking.
carts.
Yeah, it was a parade.
heading out the
Corpses.
gate.
I'm just
Parade
saying,
of corpses.
What if we
Parade of
pour some
corpses.
vinegar
If
on
we-
it?
Right, support that.
I think
If we
that
join
might
the
trigger a
corpse
different
parade.
kind of smell. I don't know about you, but
What about some mayonnaise? Is it
No.
kind of getting hot out here?
Chat.
It is pretty hot.
Listen to me. This is enough. We just need to join the parade of corpses.
Yes, if we just have it smell like bodies, then we're no different from all of the other carts as they were talking about.
a different smell might set it off.
Okay.
I will say, the carts that you guys saw parading out were not covered in any way. They were just a bunch of bodies.
Well, now that he's in there and hiding
Yeah,
underneath all the corpses
He's
of
covered
bodies,
in bodies.
I won't cover the cart anymore.
We look really good because it's like super full.
Right.
Well, you've got
I'm
me
not-
carrying all of it. We could
This
take more.
is really heavy, so
Like,
I'm not.
Yeah, you guys are huffing and puffing to
Look
get
at me,
this
I'm
back.
sweaty. My makeup is running.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
not.
You wear makeup? How does that
What?
work?
You
You
saw him
painted
put
her-
on
Oh,
makeup.
right.
I pull out my Midas kit and some like powder and just.
Just
Just do
retouch.
like
No, if you
just
put
cakes.
if you put like setting powder on top of it, it'll pull all the oil out.
When you're sweating,
Yeah, I put some more on, set it again,
I don't understand makeup.
pull the
makeup.
hood up.
I don't know.
Right, okay.
Me as
I make it work,
as
guys.
me
Wouldn't you just
doesn't
turn them
understand,
on?
and me
Right.
as a dragonborn
Yeah, I
who
don't
has
get any of
scales that does not need makeup.
I make it
does
work.
not
It looks
understand.
flawless. Let's go. I'm not pulling the cart this time. It's awful.
Fine. I will grab one of the handles and start pulling.
Maybe if you grab the other handle, Finnick and I will push. And
Alright.
Rosemary and Sapphire can walk along the sides, picking up any of the body parts that might fall out.
I pick up the hand that I tossed out that was
Just wait, what people?
that was hanging out the side and just kind of
Duke, I heard you like hands.
throw it. Do you need a new arm? You said something about liking arms.
Oh god.
The druid arms.
I'm more into full arms. This is.
This is like elbow down.
Yeah, you'd be able to easily find arms. Like, they are rotting corpse arms, but they're arms. You can easily find
I like to take
legs.
them from living prey.
Oh, okay.
Kudath?
Kudath's
While they're
living.
still alive, just rip them right off.
I mean, I gesture to the
I do
cart.
feel that is a sign if you were willing to hurt other creatures like that for fun. That's,
Oh, I am already really concerned about everyone in this group.
yeah, say
Let's go
Yeah.
before
Yes.
it gets any higher and this cart. The sun gets any higher and this cart starts to stink worse.
Right.
Fair enough.
It is
Just don't
getting.
breathe.
It is about noon at this point.
She can do that.
And it is very warm. So I want the two of you. So who is not helping push? It's just us
I'm
two,
not helping.
correct?
We're not helping.
Well, Finnick and I are on the back, like pushing.
Okay.
I don't
so-
think Finnick would probably put. He's not strong. He would not be doing that.
Okay. So
You know what? Rosemary should actually be helping
But
push.
I mean, we could help them by pushing.
Because she's.
I think you
but-
should stay near Kudath's head in case one of the bodies isn't quite dead yet.
Well, I mean, his head is right here on the edge of the cart at the back because he's tall,
Mhm.
and I'm keeping an eye on it. by-
Okay.
By
I
pushing.
think maybe
Yes.
Rosemary should help push because she's actually strong. Or at least
I mean,
stronger than us.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, look at those muscles.
She like poses for you.
Can
like,
you help me?
Oh. Sure. Yeah. She blushes a little. Yeah. Do you want me behind the car? Is that?
Yeah, and beauty.
Yeah.
And handsome.
Actually, it might be more beneficial to have the stronger ones up front.
Yeah, why don't the two of you pull and we'll push.
Okay, sounds good. So,
We'll-
I'll stay within 30 feet of everyone.
sounds good. Your pass without trace is going to run out pretty soon.
Mhm.
So if you want to do it again, you
Yes.
Yeah, stop flirting so we can get the most.
I'm just giving compliments where compliments are due, Duke.
Are you doing
I
anything in
disagree.
particular? Just
No,
staying.
You are
hanging
also
back?
very strong. Would you like me to comment on your rippling muscles?
Finnick, keep a nose out for Silas spies.
What do they smell like?
My imagine is tabaxi.
You start sniff and you would just get Chatz.
I smell one. There's one right here. It's
Yeah.
fine.
By the way, Dot is pinging one
They're like they're good spies. We like the spies.
Right.
Alright, so yeah, we shall help.
Okay. So go ahead. Everyone roll strength checks.
Well, we're helping, so that gives advantage to the two of you.
That
right?
works too. Yeah, I can do that.
I'd rather do that.
I'm helping by giving them compliments. You're doing great, sweetie. I'm just saying that out to everyone. Everyone is sweetie.
Well, that sucks.
I got a 17.
I only got a 10.
Oof. So
With advantage? Ooh.
yeah. So you're having struggling a little bit. Like Rosemary is definitely pulling a little bit more of her weight.
I think me commenting on Duke's rippling muscles made him gun
Threw him
shy.
off. It's
Self-conscious.
Who pulled this side? You broke the bar.
As you guys are helping push from
Came
behind,
like that.
I need both of you to make Constitution
Sounds like
saving
bacon.
throws as you get the waft of dead in your face.
I hope your mouths aren't open.
Right.
12.
Natural 20.
Wow. 12?
I've smelled the stank before.
You definitely feel a little queasy. Like you haven't eaten breakfast. I'm assuming you guys didn't eat anything. As you
I had rations, actually, when I
Oh.
woke up.
you feel the rations like baby burp a little bit. You're like, oh, but
Is that what I was doing to those things last night?
What?
Oh, I was smashing their skulls.
Is this one of your handiwork? I point to one that's missing half of a face.
It might be.
Well, it came from the center of town. Were you in the center of town?
I was.
Oh.
Did you just like turn your nose off?
No, it's just
It's the mask. It's helping.
same shit, different day. It's
Turns out he put some like mint oil on the inside of the mask.
catnip.
Oh, yeah.
That would make
His
sense.
Chat
eyes
starts
just
to go crazy.
Right, yeah. You start tweaking. Anyway, so you guys start making your way east along the main thoroughfare. You guys see the large group of people that are like cleaning up the north-south thoroughfare that goes to the town hall, town square. That again has just littered with bodies and various brown and red and
that's me. Oh, where's my
and other coloration on the ground. You can easily get behind the train of carts. That's where I was looking for. Get behind the train of carts to follow behind. I'm assuming that's the idea.
I do my duty of picking up random body parts and tossing them on the pile.
Okay.
Like
few thumbs and hands.
Yep.
It stopped.
It's done. I'd like to know where my keys are.
But
They're
yeah,
probably in my car.
It's so weird. I found like 20 fingers and only
I
one
lock my car.
thumb. Where are all the thumbs?
you can leave them in your car.
Yeah, I have a passcode.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're keyless. I don't even have to have them, just touch a button.
Gotcha. Anyway, so you guys make your way east. You get to the main, like the far wall. You have to go north a little bit to the eastern gate. But the eastern gate is wide open. There are carts going in and out. It seems like the empty carts are going down, like west down the main thoroughfare, and they're coming around. So it's a nice square. But you would easily be able to smell and see, as you guys are getting to the eastern wall, that there's just a pile of bodies on the other side that's stacked.
They haven't dug a pit or anything. They're just
Nope,
dropping
just a giant pile that they, as you guys make your way closer, you guys can see like they're starting to put like firewood around it. Like they're just gonna burn that bitch. But as you guys approach the entrance to get out, you guys would notice several of the guards look familiar. At least the people who are out fighting would recognize some of the guards look familiar. That they are all kind of bandaged up, kind of obscuring their appearance a bit, and they do have daggers on their side again, to kind of signify that they are some sort of roguey assassin type of person, but they blend in pretty well to the other guards. They don't take notice of them, and they just like lead you ahead and like gesture towards the giant pile. There would be, again, there's a lot fewer guards from what you guys are used to, but there are a couple guards on the top, kind of archers taking note of what's going on, and there are guards, like one on each side, standing at the gate. But they're just gesturing people to keep going. Like they're not checking carts at this point. Obviously, they have no reason to. I mean, you guys might look a little suspicious, but at this point, they're just
those are body parts, and we don't want to touch them.
Right? Yeah.
When
like
we run out of space in the cart, I start putting. Like, I start holding body parts, like, in a bag or something that I, like, pick up so that we can throw the body parts,
Okay, sounds good. So, you guys make your way to... Are you guys making your way to the giant body pile of...
should go around the
outside.
back
It's outside of the gate.
so that we can drop some of our payload off, because it'll look real suspicious if we cart some bodies.
Yeah. What if... I'll try and say as low as I can for everyone to hear, like, let's try and go to the back. We'll unload the bodies, but then maybe we throw a blanket or a tarp over Kudath.
He already has a blanket over him.
Okay. Then we just head off in another direction once we're on the other side.
Yeah.
From a distance, they shouldn't be able to tell that there's any payload in our cart.
Mm-hmm.
If we have them obscured enough. So that's my best plan.
Yeah.
Do we get the attention of the bandaged guards? Like, hey, sup, we're friends, kind of thing.
I mean, you definitely can. Like, they take note of you, and you wouldn't necessarily know about them because you weren't outside. But the rest of the people who are out fighting, maybe not Duke, but the three of you definitely would recognize them.
Finnick might pick him up since I told him to.
Yeah, I mean, he would be able to smell them pretty easily, and you guys would be able to visually identify them. But she wouldn't know about it. So, I mean, like, they would probably give you guys eyes and, like a knowing glance, like, we know who the fuck you are type of thing. And I'm assuming do you guys give any recognition back to them, or
Give them a quick head nod.
okay? I mean, they would.
I'm just keeping my head down as I'm pushing the back of the cart. So
Okay, sounds good. So I mean, they do acknowledge like a knowing nod.
So we're on the eastern gate, and
Mhm.
the entrance to the mountain's on the north side, right?
Correct. So hypothetically, if you're going to make your shortest route possible, you would beeline it north and a little bit west to get to that entrance. That's assuming that's the shortest route.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the plan is? Is that
While continuing to be stealthy.
Um,
Ish.
at
As stealthy as you can be.
A quick glance at the pile. Are there actually guards like around the pile?
there's definitely guards around the pile, like close to where people are dumping them off, like helping them facilitate a quicker emptying process. Because I mean, it just like tilting it to the side only gets so many of them off, obviously. So like they would help facilitate pulling them off. And I'm assuming you guys are going to break away, right?
Mhm.
You're going to try and go to the backside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
or
I take a look at the guards around here that actually helping them empty it, and I'm like, we don't need any help.
no, we don't. We should go just avoid them and go find our own spot in the pile to unload.
And I just kind of look at everybody, and I'm like, we have enough people that we can unload the cart fine by ourselves.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's like 6 of us, so...
Okay, well, yes, let's...
Why are you winking so much? Is your eye hurt?
He does now.
Zombie.
Feel a migraine coming on. You're a good spot.
I did punch him a few times last night.
Okay,
So you're going
Why
to
did you punch him?
so, yeah, we'll break off to go around the guards in the pile
Yeah.
to the back.
Okay, so as soon as you start to break off, one of the guards on the wall is looking down over at what you guys are doing, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like they're yelling down to you, like as you guys are starting to break away.
We're trying to find a better part so everybody can get in here. We've got enough people to empty the carts on the back side of the pile.
Trying to clear the congestion here.
Okay, go ahead and give me persuasion. One of you at
Do you want
advantage.
or do you want to roll separate?
Oh, my persuasion's not the best.
Mine isn't either. It's really up in the air.
Mine is flat.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should give me advantage.
Sounds
We'll
good.
do that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah!
I mean, it would be deception, not persuasion. I was wrong.
Oh, well,
but
either way.
it's natural 20.
Well, then, yeah. My deception then is my new power, so the lowest I can roll is a 22 anyhow, so...
Anyway, so you effortlessly
Disgusting.
make up this
Right.
lie as you are
Fucking rogues.
as you look like the Grim Reaper
Mhm.
and are completely like not looking at them at all.
Mhm.
They definitely like you would see. I don't know if you're even looking at them necessarily, but
I am just going about business. I'm trying to act casual, like, I'm doing you a service.
you definitely would get like a what the fuck are they doing? But also it's not my problem type of mentality. So they just hand wave you away.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys make your way.
I just give him a quick head nod, like, thanks.
And he just, again, kind of inquisitively nods at you, like, these guys are fucking weird. But he doesn't do anything to stop you.
Mm.
So you guys make your way around the backside, slowly start... who is helping unload the cart?
Well, I'm not touching any of that shit.
Okay.
I am sitting there with, like, once we get to the back and they, like, how many guards are in actual eye shot on this back?
0. Like, maybe one on the wall. That's about it. Like, but it's probably pretty obscured. Like, it seems like a lot of the guards are on the front side helping unloading. They're not, like, surrounding the entire pile necessarily.
I'm just sitting there with my staff, like, ready to knock him in the head.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I'll make sure he doesn't move.
I out of my bag of holding, like a clown car, I pull out a staff that apparently I've had this whole time, and I just use that to kind of like prod the bodies off the cart with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So you're prodding the bodies off. You're going to try and dump some of them off?
I mean, we might as well. Me and Rosemary might as well just try to lift up and then...
You definitely would get some of them off. They wouldn't all come off from that just because, I mean, considering how high you packed it, like, there's still going to be some left over that Chatz can.
Together, like when you push together gushers and stuff, and they just become one.
Like
big,
gelatin?
Yeah, it's like one big zombie gush.
Right.
Rowan, give me your staff.
No.
Do you want to borrow this one?
Because he's using a staff.
I just start like...
Do you want this? I'll just hand you the pitchfork or the trident.
That'll work.
Scoop.
Yeah. So as you stab into these bodies, you don't find much purchase as it's
okay. I'm just sliding them.
They're just jello with bones.
Yes. Like it is
Literal pitchfork.
I like climb up in the cart and like straddle it, like roll my sleeves up, and I just start.
Is it just like pulling
Rosemary
them
and I
apart?
just dab our foreheads.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh, I have a shovel, so I will scoop out the entrails.
I got some muscles.
Yeah.
She like plucks hair back and like
I have like a garden
moistens
shed in my
brow.
bag.
I feel like Berlin's "Take My Breath Away" plays.
Yes.
The wind blows through your hair, and it's like, ooh.
no one is watching anyone except for Sapphire. Anyway, so you guys make your way through this pile of bodies.
Like, who does an 80s music video?
Yes. Her shirt starts billowing. And
Like Fabio?
Like Fabio.
Catches that nice musky wind from the dead bodies.
Yep.
Ooh. That sounds like a horrible cologne.
Right.
Okay. So we have
Wait, I gotta
tar
write
in
that
here. Okay.
Yep.
And then we're at the east gate. So
Yes.
here's the pile of bodies.
Yep.
Where's the mountain?
North.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta go.
So we have to
east
go
and west.
that way.
Yeah.
Correct.
To the drop-off point.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the idea. So everyone who is helping clear off all the bodies, I need another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So just you two, I think, because you're not helping, right?
Take it for the shit.
15.
8, 15. So 15. You definitely feel like this is fucking disgusting, but you managed to keep any food that you might have eaten this morning down.
Come on, old man, don't puke on me. Don't do it.
You
Don't puke.
definitely vomit. Like you let out like a little hairball and just like. Whoa.
It's definitely the entrails.
One of those
Scooping out
cat
the
pukes
entrails.
that's just like...
Right.
I twist some entrails around my pitchfork. Spaghetti.
It just looks like a really gross pancake.
You back up while doing so.
Of course.
Wait,
Yes.
cats back up while they're
Yeah.
vomiting?
Oh,
Yeah.
They got to make sure they get as much surface covered as possible.
Do you walk over to, like, is there just a carpet on the floor, and you walk over to that
Only
square?
carpet in place.
Somebody accidentally just
I've watched
Rock
Johnny
square
walk
carpet.
in,
Yeah.
like, just over the threshold into the living room to vomit and then go back into the kitchen.
Mhm.
I wrote entrail spaghetti in my notes.
Fucking guy,
Gross.
man, like,
So
Is that
you do have no.
That's beautiful.
To be fair, you have face covering, so you vomit in your face covering.
Yeah.
And it drips down.
Yes.
Oh, Chatz, buddy, are you okay?
He's now in a feedback loop.
Well, I probably already smell from all the entrails that have dried on, and so I pull off the mask and
You need a good
just
soap.
wipe it out. And I don't know if I have any soap. I think I gave mine
We
away.
need like a hot spring.
You gave it to...
There's a hot spring somewhere near here. We were going to go
Yeah.
find it, remember?
We need a good
It was a
soap.
Yeah.
touching gift.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's
Oh yeah. Okay.
who did I gift that to?
Evelyn is the...
Oh, the where at? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Oh, good thing we left those by people behind.
Oh yeah. I hope
That's
they'll be
what they were
alright.
eating. Okay.
The soap?
Good.
The soap. They were eating soap. They burned the bubbles.
at the mouth. It was
It was just soap. It was
just
just soap. Just bubbles.
So-
Irish Spring.
yeah. It is the season.
Right. So you pull your bandages away, or your mask away, whatever you're using to cover your mouth, and your clothes are now just covered. Like, they're still, like, fancy, but they have vomit just strewn all over your chest.
If only there was
The whole
magic.
Reaper looks even better now.
Thank you.
There's still some bodies left. You have the composure to do it, or do we need to give somebody else the shovel?
Someone finish this. I'm going to go clean myself up. No.
Chet sits down in his leg and stands up like this, and he just
And Rosemary looks over at you. Do you want to, or do you want me to? I don't care. Either way.
I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh.
That's a 13. Oh. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So,
Rosemary, these men aren't fit to deal with the dead bodies.
He's only 2 lower than you.
But that's all that matters.
Right. You definitely, like, do a little baby burp as well, from whatever food you might have eaten this morning.
Old men, they just don't have strong stomachs anymore.
Right.
No, I don't have anything in my stomach.
Neither do I.
You can turn off your nose.
That's true, you can.
You've probably not been breathing this whole time.
And suffer? And not suffer in silence next to my friends?
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something you would do.
I agree with him.
That is a BreezeSong thing.
I would never.
Yeah, don't lie to me. Anyway.
Your passive insight's not that great, but...
I'm just...
right, I know. Rosemary just gives you a look like, yeah.
I don't need to breathe. It makes a lot of things interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I wink at her.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Right. I mean, not having to breathe isn't, like, necessarily everything incorporated with this. It's just, like, the visage, like, viscera.
Right. It's disgusting as fuck.
Right. It's the smell and the act of what you're doing. Anyway, but you managed to keep down your stomach acid, I guess.
Would he vomit lightning?
Maybe.
A little staticky.
Yeah. Just sparks.
Oh, that's from How to Train Your Dragon, where, like, one of the dragons, like, sparks and one of them makes, like, fire or whatever, and together they make, like, an explosion. Anyway, but yes. You never seen How to Train Your Dragon?
I've only seen the first one.
But they're so good. Like, even the second one and third one, there's 3 of them now, right? Yeah, they all hold up.
So I decided it was a hookup.
Right.
Oh, it's my story. Right.
You hear what you want to hear.
I see what I want to see.
Right. Anyway, so you managed to clear off the cart of any remaining undead other than Kudath, I'm assuming. He is covered in just brown and red and, like, green and various color body fluids.
No less than he deserves.
But he's not moving. He's breathing. So he is at least conscious or unconscious, but not dead.
Should we maybe head out straight away from the city, using the pile as a way to block us until we get a little farther out, and then make our way around to the mountain?
That was my idea. Then we can see if they do send people after us.
If they do, we'll at least have a head start.
Exactly.
So you're going east, away from the city, closer to, like, the open field and the base of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Base of
The
this
other
mountain,
mountain.
like the
Range.
Stormcrest mountain range. Yep.
Yes, and then we'll arc around back to Snoring Mountain.
Okay, sounds good. I will say by this time your second pass without trace is probably up.
Okay.
Do you want to cast it again?
Do we need more stealth?
It might not hurt until we get away from the city.
My spells, you guys.
I mean,
What are you going to use them for?
I don't know. Maybe we get in a fight later. Maybe somebody dies and I only got one spell to heal my friends, and I have to make a decision on who I'd heal.
Fine,
And
you want to get caught by them?
How close are we
A
still?
cast pass without a trace.
From what?
The city.
I want you to know if all of you
50
guys
feet?
are dead,
I mean,
or dying,
you're
and I have one spell left,
We have Rosemary with
well,
us.
that's including if she's dead and dying.
what?
We
I'm
are.
dying?
We're a good ways out already.
It might not be a bad idea, though. It's better to be safe
I
than
cast
sorry.
the spell.
And she already cast the
I
spell.
cast the spell.
Okay.
Let's just get a little ways out. That way they have to run a little bit if they ever want to catch up with us.
Yeah.
I have no magic.
Well, we'll continue
If they're all
on.
dead, we can just leave.
We'll have to take.
We're
the
here
gold
for him. If
first.
he's dead, we need to be here.
We'll just take the gold first.
We'll just pillage their dead bodies.
We think we have a cart to put it in.
We're right
He's
here.
got a bag of holding, though.
No,
What?
you don't. Oh, never mind. That's a different
This
thing.
is just if you're all dead.
Sorry.
There's no reason for me to hang around if you're all dead.
I mean, I can bring them back to life.
You're dead too.
If you're dead too, though.
How am I going to die?
If I'm saying if you're all dead, if you're still alive, obviously, then I won't leave. But
Oh, well, thanks. I
but
appreciate
if
that.
everybody's dead and it's just me,
So
I'm fucking leaving.
Cart's a bit lighter, you'd say?
Much lighter. I
Okay.
mean, it's still heavy because there's a Goliath on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But, like,
Would it be
There's
quicker
not-
if we rode in it and someone else pushed?
I mean, maybe. I mean,
Damn us not having a druid that can turn into
Right? An ox.
Yeah.
right?
You can run really fast.
That's not gonna help.
This is a talk issue, not a speed issue.
Okay.
Leave my
It's
torque out of
not
this.
as heavy. I feel like you guys should be able to pull it just fine.
Yep, we'll be able to pull it just fine. It's just now we won't need two of us pushing from the back, probably.
Well, some of us can ride in it.
No, that's only going to make it heavier.
I'm confused as why we're having this conversation. Two
Right,
people
just
can
keep
pull
going.
it. The rest of us can walk beside it.
You're the one that suggested somebody ride in it.
Well, that's because I wasn't fully listening to what you guys were talking about.
I'm just making conversation as we push this cart towards where we're going.
Yeah.
Sure. So, yeah, everyone, like...
new stealths?
Yes, everyone roll new stealths.
That's much better.
What'd you roll? Which one is the one that you rolled?
That one.
Okay.
I mean, that's the best of the three.
Oh, I got 7. So that's a 26.
23.
37.
Wow.
34?
24.
Well, your very high rolls make up for my whole 13.
You rolled a 3?
I rolled a 3.
Does she not have a plus at all to
She
stealth?
has a +1 to stealth.
So you rolled a 2?
Okay, you
I rolled a 2.
Mm.
But you guys managed to help her keep quiet.
Well, she probably has disadvantage. We should have put her on the cart.
She does not have disadvantage.
She's wearing heavy armor.
She's wearing plate armor, I believe.
That's heavy armor.
Yeah, but there are feats
Medium.
that...
It's breastplate.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's good.
Yeah, lesbian would probably wear a breastplate.
She might be bi,
Anyway.
I don't know.
How was she?
Right?
Oh god, what am and now Sapphire's questioning herself.
I don't think she was questioned before. She's interested.
Oh, my God. I am wearing Sapphire's like... She looks at Rosemary. She looks at you.
Breastplate?
Is this why I never worked with the party?
Huh. Maybe Mother had it right all along.
So, you guys managed to help Rosemary keep quiet as you guys make your way east, getting to the very base of the mountain and following that up and around, I'm assuming, right?
How
Is it
far
the idea?
is it from the pile to the base of the mountain?
Probably a good, half a mile or so. It's a good little jaunt through an open field.
I don't think we'd have to do a half a mile, maybe a quarter mile.
Yeah, just enough to put some distance between us and the city.
Okay.
Make it hard for someone who's watching to see a little speck out in the distance.
Mhm. So, you make your way out a ways into the field, not all the way through necessarily, but it seems like the guards that were at the pile are not paying attention in your direction at all. And you might see some of the guards up on the wall make note of you guys heading out, but I mean, they're not stopping you or anything. They're not attacking in any way. So you guys seem like you're fine. So you make your way north. Are you doing anything along the way to are you talking about anything? Are you planning anything? Or are we just jump into the base of the mountain?
What is the so the base of the mountain? What is the geography of it?
So there's a mountain range that's along your eastern side that's about half a mile away. And then it basically collides with the Snoring Mountain, as it's kind of like, think like an extra peak that comes out that's jutting out from the Stormcrest Mountains. So it would be directly in front of you would be Snoring Mountain. So you would eventually run into it, if not to turn left and follow the wall that's around the mountain to the entrance. So you in theory could hug the wall the entire time to get in, but it's just open field. Otherwise, there's no like trees or anything. It's a pretty barren field. Between you can easily see from here to the mountain. It's pretty barren.
Like maybe before this mountain made its self present, this maybe was farmland at one point in time.
Or trees. I mean, it's surrounded by forests, so
yeah.
So there is trees?
No, trees on the other side. Because there's the forest that surrounds the city of Taran, and then the mountain is on the north side. So in theory, the tree line could have cut in earlier, but the mountain is sitting on top of those trees.
So there's no trees nearby.
Correct. Like this area between the Stormcrest Mountains and Taran is just open field. It seems like this might have been previously used for farmland or something. It was definitely gotten rid of any trees at some point. So it seems pretty barren. But are you guys doing anything before you get to the entrance?
Well, Silas people should meet us at the gate. I believe that's what she said, so
yes.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Sounds good. So you guys make your way north a ways, following along the base of the mountain, and you get to the entrance, and you guys can see again, excuse me, there is a set of guards that are standing at the base of the mountain. You recognize, again, you would be able to smell quite easily, and you'd be able to recognize the daggers on the side of their waistbands, that these are indeed not typical were creatures. And they don't flag you down or anything, but they definitely acknowledge you and say, "Halt! What can we do for you? Why are you entering the mountain today? What's in your car?" They would start just asking generic questions, almost not expecting an answer, just looking like they're having a conversation type of thing.
We'll fake one back and be like, "Oh, we're delivering goods to
potatoes, sack of potatoes."
This is a long covered body,
a sack of many sacks of potatoes.
We're delivering goods to the mountain. Really for the people."
Sounds good. And the guard you're talking to, gestures for them to open the small little gate that they have. Think some farmhouses have just a nice wooden gate that they would open. Similar to that, not nearly as fancy, but similar. So they open the gate, and there's a nice road that juts both up and goes up the side of the mountain and goes at quite a steep incline. And then there's the one that goes in a bit and over to where you guys know Shaggy Paw is.
That's where we're heading, right, Shaggy Paw?
Yes.
She want us to bring him to her little safe house?
Where else would she want us to bring him?
She said that.
Feels kind of dangerous to cart him through the town, and she also just said to meet their people at the base of the mountain. We've been given no further instruction than that.
Well, we will deliver him to the town nonetheless, because we weren't given instruction on not to.
Okay.
Rosemary, can you reach out to her and tell her that we are here?
And they really like to use our spells.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's less for her to deal with. It's fine. I don't care.
So if if it's just you and I alive and we only have one spell each?
I mean, this will
Then
be...
I suppose it won't be just the two of you alive.
Right.
We use those spells to heal ourselves and we leave.
Right. I mean, this will be my last 3rd level spell of the day, just letting you know. But I can send her another message and tell her that we are at the base of the mountain. I mean, we probably could, and she gestures to the guards we just passed. We could probably just tell them. I mean, I'm assuming that...
That's a great idea.
That we can,
You do it.
I yell back to one of the guards at the gate, and I'm like, is there a messenger that can be sent in front of us to tell of our arrival? We're carrying very valuable goods.
Expensive potatoes.
as the guard looks at you guys and like is a little inquisitive, and then you can see almost a light bulb pop in his head. Oh yeah. I'll lead you. And he like gestures over to his compatriot to take a spot as he runs over and whispers in Rowan's ear. Silas told me to have you follow me. Don't worry about it. We'll get this taken care of. I don't know how you bagged him. Fuck. And
we just wrapped it in the, and then kind of slid right in. Really,
There aren't really potatoes in there.
I know.
it's a joke.
Like
I don't understand any of these.
Rowan punched him really hard.
Any
in the
humor,
face.
but that's the best I can do.
Honestly, that's if you want the nitty gritty of it. Rowan punched him really hard in the face.
It was the kidney, but you're not wrong.
Well, you couldn't reach his face. That's right. It was you were face level with his kidney.
Yeah.
Really hard on the kidney.
Okay, and you can definitely tell, like, you can just see his eyes at this point, but he definitely looks, like, scared and worried and, like, doesn't know how the fuck you guys did what you did.
We're really good at kidney punches.
Yeah, I guess.
If we didn't go down, he'd be pissing blood for a week.
And what's your name?
John? What?
I don't think it's important. Don't worry about it.
Like, you can definitely tell, like, he is apprehensive about talking to you.
Whoa.
All right, John, lead the way.
And he starts heading down towards the road, obviously heading towards Shaggy Paw. I'm assuming you guys are following behind?
Yes.
Okay. So,
since it's a little steeper, I'll get behind and push again.
Okay, sounds good. You don't have to make a con save, because not nearly as smelly. I mean, Kudath is smelly, but not nearly as bad as undead. So you make your way into town. It seems like this guard is taking point. You know, there would be other guards that are patrolling. Some of them you would not see daggers on their side. Some of them you would. But he's kind of like motioning to them, like, hey, like they're with me type of thing. Very nonchalant. And you guys go past, both let me grab that name, the Roaring Boot. You would go past the Roaring Boot and also past the building that you guys would know as the Fleetwood Marketplace. You go past both of those with the cart, and John would say, we're supposed to bring him a little bit past. We don't want to bring him right in there, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough.
And you take it to a nearby house that looks deserted. It looks pretty decrepit, but functional. Where you put in the cart? There'd be room around the building. Like, this is like a single room shanty house. Like, I'll give you a little bit more description. The house is plaster and wood frame. It's a single story building, thatch roof. You you can probably tell just by looking in through like the destroyed windows that it's like a bachelor style room with a bed. There's like a single pot on an open flame.
Does somebody live here?
It seems like someone is here probably, but maybe not lives here. Like it doesn't look well taken care of. Like the grass is overgrown and like the building is falling apart.
But
John,
that's not. You said your name was John?
Yeah.
Y'all don't have like a cell?
What?
Cage?
No.
This motherfucker's still alive.
Yeah. Well, can't you handle him? You brought him here.
Well, yeah, but we're not here to babysit him 24/7.
Well, I mean, we don't have a cell in this. Any gestures to the house in the house necessarily? I mean, Silas knows what she's doing. And he opens the front door and like gestures in.
Oh, I go in, but I'm not helping them carry the big chunky boy.
Why don't you go in and
Check it.
make introductions?
All right. I'm going in. I want to check for any traps or any hidden surprises that might have been left for us.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Oof. But with reliable talent, that's a 20.
Of course it is.
Rogues are amazing.
No, what he meant to say is rogues are broken.
Same thing, right?
Whatever, this is my superpower.
Sure. So you look around the immediate vicinity. Doesn't seem to be anything trapped, any secrets or anything that you might find. You would see this, like the small fire gives off a little bit of light. The back portion of this room, there's a small table with a single person sitting there. Seems to be eating something. But with your dark vision, you'd be easily able to recognize it as Silas. And she is heartily eating some bread and meat that she managed to scrounge up.
Oh, do you have more of that?
As you walk in and are you yelling this?
No, I just walk in and walk up to her. Like, I was invited into this place.
Right. So you walk in and walk past the cauldron that has like a small flame underneath of it that you would see has some previously boiling water, like it's letting off some steam. And like I said, this place is not well taken care of. Like the bed looks like it is in shambles, and the table she's sitting at is on its last leg, literally. But she's sitting there enjoying her meal, and she looks up at you all and says, Well. Looks like you managed to bring me a present. And she gestures to John, as you guys know him, and she watches as he stands outside and kind of watches to make sure no one is watching as you guys are bringing in the body, I'm assuming. Or unless you guys are going without him.
Waiting for a signal from Chatz to bring him in.
Why, of course, it would be rude to show up during lunch and not bring something. And I'll wave you in.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a strength check to see how well you guys carry him in.
I will assist Duke.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So that's a 21.
Yeah. So together you manage to effortlessly lift this Goliath large body. John, the guard, happens to see some other guards and kind of intercepts them as you guys are bringing in this odd thing from a cart. But they don't seem to mind, don't seem to pay much attention. But you bring him in, and John quickly grabs the door and shuts it behind you. What are you doing with the body? You guys are currently just standing, like, you grabbing his head, you grabbing his feet, holding him up. What are you doing? What are you doing with it?
Down on the ground.
I mean, I thought we were just leaving him here until Chatz brought us in. I guess I misunderstood the role.
We were just bringing him into the house
Oh yeah,
and then flopping him on
Okay.
the floor.
like I mean,
Just throw him
I
in the
don't.
corner.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to toss him in the corner? Okay. So you plop him
Just like
along.
Assassin's Creed, just
You just plop him
On the ground.
on the ground. He lets out like a grunt as you guys, or like grunt or air or something leaves his body as you guys drop him pretty unceremoniously.
there.
And she looks at him and she can see like the top of his head that's sticking out through the
And I'll take it off so she can see his face.
So she gets up from her stool that she's sitting on and she wipes her paws off. And she walks over and kind of inspects him a bit. And she says, I'm impressed. You were able to take him down. I didn't think you had it in you. I mean, you even brought him directly to me. How nice.
I know you requested his head, but Rowan insisted on the whole thing, so you can take the head off if you prefer.
I mean, he might be useful.
It's better dead.
Who knows how long it'll be before he wakes up, but I mean,
By my calculations, it should be any time. We've had to beat him in the head a few times.
Do not underestimate him. And I check his hog ties to make sure that they're tight.
they are very tight. You verify that they are pretty tight, and they look a little frayed, but not
Do you have any chain?
chain.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a pun? Because we're the chained uprising.
Oh, no, it wasn't, but it can be. I meant actual chain. Might be harder for him to break through.
I mean, I probably can acquire some chain. Yes.
Chain might be better than the rope that he's in right now.
Chain would definitely be better than the rope. Even better if it's silvered. More fun if it's silvered.
Yes, because that would burn him if he chose to transform. I mean, I have provisions already but you don't need to worry about that. I can take him from here. And she like pats his head. But you said you needed something from me in return for this gift.
Well, our plan is to overthrow all of the were-creature rule here, so...
Well, you're on your way.
Yeah, so whatever help you could aid us with that.
Well, what would you like me to help you with? Are you trying to get up to
What's the
Underfelix?
capital?
Underfelix?
Under Felix.
Who's in charge?
Dominic?
Yeah, him. We'd like him.
Well, he's probably in Underfelix. I don't keep tabs. I mean, I hear rumors of his whereabouts.
What information do you know about him? We know very little.
I know he is using the tabaxi as slave labor for something in the mines in Thorfax. I don't know what he's necessarily doing, if it's just for, resources. I mean, you would know that Thorfax has a very steady mining supply. Like, the mountain has been mined for decades. And it seems like they always seem to have more and more resources. It's almost like it's an infinite supply or something.
What is Dominic, though? I mean, what kind of person?
I mean, he's a werewolf, just like most of these. I mean, he is a tall man. He's
a human?
I've never seen him not transformed. I don't know what he looks like as a human. If he is a human, he could be a halfling for all I know. I have no idea. But again, I've never seen him not transformed.
Does anything ever come out of the mines, or do they just keep digging?
I mean, they bring resources out. As far as I know, they are either just getting resources, or perhaps he's looking for something. I don't know. But you might have to ask him yourself, or perhaps ask me in a day or so and she takes her claws and kind of digs into Kudath, like his shoulder a little bit, not like doing any damage, but just cutting him just ever so slightly. And she says, I'll get it out of him, perhaps.
This is why you keep them alive. How many generals or whatever
Is there
sort
anyone
of...
else under Dominic besides Kudath?
I know of some high-ranking guards. I don't know their names necessarily. Kudath was our biggest concern, but they tend to stay up in Underfelix, and I don't go to Underfelix.
We need to stake out Underfelix, and more information and a map would be helpful.
I mean, I can get you passage to Underfelix, and I know of some supplies that are heading up that way. And
do you have any allies there? Aid or another chapter of yours? Someplace safe for us to stay?
We have some allies up there, yes. I can help send word for you to stay somewhere safe. But it's not a large chapter, unfortunately. It's hard to get ties there.
What is the other town? There's another town here, isn't there?
Thorfax, the mining town, and then Underfelix is the capital.
The mining town is where the tabaxis are being sent to mine, right?
Correct.
Would it benefit for us to go to the mining town, too?
It would be interesting to see what they are doing there. I
think we should try to go to Underfelix and get information first, though.
Yes. There's something to be gleaned from each town, I'm sure. I heard of a possible distant relation. Goes by the name of Akrul. Have you heard of her?
Akrul? No, doesn't sound familiar.
Could I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
8.
She's pretty hard to read. Yeah. She doesn't seem like she's lying, but I mean, you haven't caught her in a lie yet, so...
How long will it take you to get us information and passage?
Information from Kudath?
Yes.
Well, hopefully within a day or two. Perhaps sooner. It depends how easy he is to break. Passage I can get you probably within a day. I have... To make some documents for you to get in. They tend to keep a tight wrap on who comes and goes from Underfelix.
Now another question, because as you can see, we are not were creatures or tabaxi.
Correct.
Except one.
Well, except for 1, 2 technically. Are there any other beings on this mountain that aren't tabaxi or were creatures at any given time?
Some of the merchants that come in and bring supplies aren't were creatures, but they're usually kept a close eye on. They don't tend to like outsiders, as you can imagine.
We're going to have to think of a way to blend in, and we're not good at doing that.
So, that guard that escorted us up here, was John, he a were creature?
No, he was tabaxi.
Oh. So, there were tabaxi guards at the gates.
Yes.
They were disguised as the other guard we've seen. They've got bandages. They're hiding under tabaxi.
I see.
Yes.
How easy is it for you to traverse this place, then?
Shaggy Paw or Underfelix?
Shaggy Paw.
Oh, Shaggy Paw is not trouble. I've found ways around pretty easily.
How many guards are here at any given time? Do guards call this place their home?
There is an encampment that you would know about that is west of here.
Is it large? Is there a lot of guards there?
During the day, no. At night, yes. Which is why I tend to try and do some of my important work during the day.
I just wonder if it's more beneficial for us to, as we go, try and liberate some towns.
Well, we do want to do that. I've been thinking of ways we could go about all of this. We could sabotage their camp during the day when there are few of them, which, as they show up, might help to eliminate some more. If getting around in Shaggy Paw is much easier, then hopefully we could use that to communicate to more I'm not sure how far you've tried to extend your reach. I'm not sure of your numbers, but the more we have, the easier this will be, and it will get to a point where this is not going to be shadow play.
As soon as you start attacking the guards, I mean, last night is an exception, not the rule. I heard of some of the stories of the devastation in Taran last night, but if you just go out and slaughter the entire encampment of guards, your faces will be everywhere.
I don't feel that's a good idea right now. I mean, they can move about here easier if we don't disrupt them.
I'm not saying we do this right now. These are options we have that we have to consider.
I think that the first thing we should do is go to...
There is going to be a time when these plays need to be made.
And they can make them, I'm sure.
We know very little information, so I think the first thing we should do is go to Under Felix and learn what's going on there. And get some eyes on Dominic.
I think we should
get some information out of Kudath would be good too.
Information out of Kudath and a roster of the generals under Dominic. I think if we cut the heads off figuratively and literally of the snakes, then the rest of them will fall apart. They won't have leadership. It'll make it that much easier to take on the big man once we're to that point.
You did read my battle plans when I originally drew them up. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Chatz, we weren't gonna let him know.
Anyway,
You ruined it, Chatz.
Silith, do you have a list of names of the big generals on the mountain?
I already asked.
I just said that no,
sorry.
I don't.
Sorry.
But she can get them, maybe, from Kudath.
I can find out some more information.
Is there a safe place for us to stay here for a few days while you try to get information, get papers for us to go to the other towns?
I mean, you're welcome to stay in our hideout. There's not beds or anything, and most...
What about the old inn that we were in?
I'm pretty sure that the guards hang out in there.
Yeah,
With the dead bodies?
Which inn? Which inn are you talking about? The one that you guys passed as you came in here?
Yeah, the one that we were... That's like right across from there.
No, because the guards are in there at night.
The Roaring Boot. That she would say, yes, guards hang out there every night. That is their hangout.
Where do your people sleep?
In their houses.
They have houses here. I mean, they don't have much. And she gestures around. This is the standard house. I mean, you would have seen, like, all the houses here are shit.
Does somebody live in this house?
I mean, probably. I just use whatever house is nearby.
I think we should not waste time. We should go to either Thorfax.
She said she needs at least a day to get us papers.
Okay.
Just give me a little time. I know...
There's nothing we can do for 1 to 2 days.
Correct. I need at least a little time to get things in order and get some information out of... And she gestures to Kudath.
Is there...
So we either stay here or we go back to Terran.
No.
But we shouldn't go back to Terran because it'll be harder to get back here.
I believe that ship is completely gone. We cannot go back until this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terran at this point is a
she said
lost
we could
cause.
stay in their hideout. We have bedrolls. We don't need beds.
We'll be perfectly fine. Do you have other underground locations? Do you have tunnels?
No. Like, she looks at you kind of like... Are you crazy? But also, like, that's a good idea. like, no, we don't have tunnels. We have an underground bunker that we found. We're not a large operation necessarily. We don't have a lot of resources. And she gestures outside at the buildings. We're a struggling uprising, and we don't have, resources and people to help us other than ourselves. We are pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps.
Do you have contacts in Terran that aren't Tabaxi, citizens of Terran? Have you reached out to anyone there?
Yes, I have some. What did you have in mind?
Well, any assistance is help. So
I mean, I have. Let me find the name. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oren. Last name.
Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
And right now, Taryn is in a lot of danger, but a lot of the guards are dead. So now might be a good time for them to start gaining more aid there. For you to start gaining more aid there with citizens.
I have several friends. The blacksmith specifically. Also I'm really bad at names right now. The chick who leads the the general store.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
That chick.
Yeah, that chick. I gotta find people's fucking names. Oh, that's because they're up here. Her name is Eleanor. And his name was Alor.
We've met both of them.
Yes, the Alor and Eleanor are good friends of mine. They've helped me with some information and some supplies here and there that we've needed. Specifically, Alor is quite a handsome fellow, and he seems very dedicated to the cause.
Speaking of supplies, is there any way that perhaps some of your people would like to make some money in making a supply run from Terran?
What are you looking to get? I'm sure they would be willing to. They'd be happily willing to make a supply run. They have ways of getting into town, of course.
What do we need? Potions if they can.
Well, I for one used a good deal of my magical arrows when we were fighting that big guy. So if there are any more magical arrows about, I would appreciate it.
I mean, I'm sure perhaps Eleanor or Ilor would have some more, but I know they're pretty scarce about any type of magic there. Well, they can definitely try, but it doesn't. There's no guarantees.
Potions if they can.
Potions are helpful. Yeah.
Potions are also rare.
If they can, that would be great. Is there anything else?
You still have that diamond, Rosemary?
I believe so. Let me double check my inventory. And she grabs her bag and starts digging around in it.
Do you need anything, Finnick?
I'm good.
I don't have it written down, but I will write it down right now. Can I just add diamond? Is that a thing?
I think so.
Diamond gear. Sure, diamond. That's worth 5,000 gold. That's not worth 5,000 gold.
We got the 300 gold one.
Right. The Revivify one, I believe. It's in our inventory. Custom. How much are you willing to spend on this trip? And how much are you willing to pay? More importantly.
I think the rest of you are going to need some silver if we're going up against were creatures.
I got silver.
I have a magical weapon. Could you give me
Duke?
silver-tipped arrows?
What? Why do you have a magical weapon? Why do you
Oh,
want
what?
silver-tipped arrows?
Because silver keeps the were creatures from healing.
It does?
Yeah.
Huh. That's news to me.
You guys should all get silvered weapons if you plan on fighting any were creatures.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You can kill them with silver. It's the only way you can kill them, I think.
Yeah, I believe silver does damage them. I didn't know it stopped their regeneration.
It does. Yeah.
We'll ask Alor if he has some. I'm sure they're pretty hard to come by.
There is something in his mouth, and I'd like it back.
Okay.
I can provide the silver.
And she gestures to.
I have 1,000 silver.
Go ahead.
Phrasing?
Hmm?
What?
Yes, for still doing phrasing.
I could provide the silver for him if he tipped the arrows with it.
How much silver are you planning on providing?
Oh, like 250.
You want a lot of silver-tipped arrows.
Well, for me and Finnick. Finnick can't hold silver in his hands.
But he can shoot an
He
arrow.
can shoot an arrow.
In theory, yes. So, I will have to figure out a conversion for silver coins to arrow.
It'll be 250 silver.
Okay, I will put that at...
Think like 1 coin.
1 coin to 1 arrowhead, I would think.
I would think.
think?
Yeah, I would.
Seems
I would
like
think.
they-
Like, they're roughly the same size
Yeah,
in
they're
my
roughly-
Or is it
head.
just tipped?
Yeah.
Like you could probably do like 3 arrows to a coin or something like that.
So you want whatever 250 times 3 is?
I
Yeah,
just want
that's
so
a lot
many
of
arrows.
arrows.
You want 750 arrows?
I want so many silvered arrows. Thank you.
Where do you put all of them? I don't actually tell.
You have a bag of holding.
Wait,
That
she
doesn't
would
do
have the
you
bag.
any
Half of
good.
them go to Finnick.
Okay, where are you both keeping half of 750?
I
Do you
put-
have a quiver of holding?
yeah, I have a quiver. I put as many as I can fit in my quiver. And then I give the rest to Chatz and go hold these for me until I need to refill my quiver.
Okay. I might use some. Anyway,
I have so many that I don't even think I need to keep track.
Okay,
Actually,
750.
we could probably make the arrows.
Arrow dipped.
You can make the arrows?
I mean, you just have to melt the silver.
I feel like it's a lot more...
You know what? Let him do it. Let the guy who's
if we
trained.
have a supply line and a smith in town, just let him do it.
And I would suggest maybe starting putting some feelers out in town for some more allies, because last night was shit. And they're going to need more allies. Maybe they'll be willing to help you guys out too.
Do you know of anyone we should talk to? I mean, there's lots of people in town.
I wasn't.
Given the way this operation is functioning, I'm surprised they haven't been passing out flyers. No
I
offense.
wasn't on the fighting lines for most of the night last night because I was guarding that motherfucker. So ask these boys.
Agnes would be a good ally to have.
And as you say her name, Silas lets out a deep sigh.
She's an interesting broad, but she's been helpful to us.
Yes, interesting is definitely a word for her. Her daughter is rather nice, but
Oh, I didn't know she had a daughter.
yes, Agnes doesn't like, and she looks over at you, our kind.
Oh yeah, we did get that vibe from her, didn't we?
Definitely.
Yeah, we did. Maybe don't talk to Agnes. Maybe talk to her daughter. I don't know who her daughter is, but she's nicer and doesn't hate to backseat. That's a good step.
Anything is better than Agnes.
Anyone else you guys worked with?
There was the pole arm user, but I don't remember her name. Bess?
Bess.
Ah, yes.
I don't think I was there.
Bess?
I vaguely recall, yes.
Bess is Agnes's daughter.
Ah, perfect.
That explains some things.
Well, I guess talk to her.
They had similar tattoos. Well, she had
Probably didn't have time to look at tattoos.
she had a tattoo on her neck that you noticed that you would recognize as a symbol of I'm drawing a blank on your deity.
Illuminator.
Illuminator, thank you.
Rowan did not make that connection, and neither did I.
No, you're fine.
Just thought she was a servant.
Nope. And then you would have seen Agnes tending to Bess's wounds.
She should have.
Right. In more of a motherly way than necessary.
Oh.
Anyway, but yes, Bess is Agnes's daughter. So yes, perhaps I'll reach out to Bess. She might be a good ally to have. Also, have you been to the People's Tower? Hugh?
We have not set foot in there. Honestly, we wanted to go check it out, but then the zombies attacked.
Ah, yes. Hugh is good with enchantments and such. He's a fine fellow. As good as you can be among dwarves.
he has any enchantments, we would definitely like to know about them. It could help us in freeing the mountain.
He usually dabbles in smaller enchantments. They're nothing big, nothing fancy, but
Anything can help.
yes, they're not always cheap, but he makes a living. So shopping list. What we're looking for potions. We're looking for arrows.
Potions, arrows. I have silvered and magic weapons. Although if this enchanter has anything more powerful, I would definitely look into that. I have.
How about a quiver of holding?
I'll see what type of quivers they have.
Perfect.
How
Maybe
many, not to pry, but how many fighting hands do you have here?
As just part of the Chained Uprising, or of the tabaxis in town? What do you mean?
The ones in town, specifically.
Oh, I mean...
How many are able-bodied fighters?
Probably 100 or so. I mean, they've definitely been worked to the bone. Excuse me. And they obviously have day jobs, as you can see. Maybe job isn't the best word.
Well...
Daytime work.
I'm not going to lie, we're probably going to need you when everything goes down. You and your ilk.
Well, of course. I mean, you brought me, and she gestures to Kudath, this big lug. I'm sure we can make an arrangement. I don't know if necessarily you are this Chatz, Catsmussen that you say you are, but you are good in my book. You managed to take down Kudath.
It's him, actually.
Whoever did it.
He punched him in the kidney.
We all kind of collectively did it, but
I killed
yes,
his girlfriend.
that is true.
We should have did that today.
Oh, yeah, I should. I was a little busy rolling a cart around town.
I reach in my bag and I pull out the red dragon scale pouch.
Wow.
And I take that and we'll say 500 silver.
Okay, so you're giving her are you giving her the pouch, or are you just taking the pouch out to give?
I'm taking the pouch out to give to her,
Okay.
and I'm saying any enchantments that Hugh may have, this should cover it.
So, okay, 500 silver, okay.
So we want all of his enchantments.
No. The bag itself is worth 750 gold.
Oh, shit!
And I would like the change. But this is for you and your people. And
So just buy whatever he has, thank you.
maybe to get some silver daggers, or at least to help out with food. And I give her the 500 silver.
Okay, so you're giving her the 500 silver for her, this as like payment, and then the pouch, like the dragon scale pouch, that's worth 750 gold pieces, is used as bartering.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Okay.
And any potions, enchantments that we can get from it.
Okay.
And I'd appreciate any change.
Yes, you should start out equipping your fighters with silvered weapons. For
At least silver
goes
daggers.
down.
At the very least, you can stop them from regenerating by stabbing them.
And she looks at the silver that you just gave, just a giant pile of silver. This will go well towards the daggers.
Is it enough?
This is a lot of silver.
But is it enough silver?
You should still use some of it to get some food from the town for your people.
Yeah.
You're right, you do need more silver. I give her another 300 silver.
Okay. So she has 800 silver and a pouch worth 750 gold.
Mhm.
She is enamored with this pouch, by the way. It is shiny and the scales, you can see the fire, is lighting off of what color scales is it?
It's red.
The red scales. And she is infatuated with this. This is her new toy.
That's for bartering. The silver's for you.
Yeah. So what type of you said healing potions? Healing potions, right?
And literally any enchanted item, enchanted anything, we want it.
Okay.
And if he needs more, we'll give him more.
Just ask us. I have plenty.
I feel like the bag might cover it.
Well,
this is a very shiny bag.
It is a very shiny bag.
I like this
Where
bag.
did you get that bag?
Got it from the other mountain. When I was stuck in there, I snatched it on my way out.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
still, there should be enough to... We should have enough to cover any other expenses if you find something interesting.
Yes, if you find something interesting. I like interesting things.
Very well. Well, did you need anything else? Otherwise, I am gonna grab some help lifting this body to take him back to headquarters.
We would just like to go back to headquarters too, so there's some help.
Oh, you're coming with us.
You told us we could stay there for the evening.
I mean, yeah, you did see how ruckus it is.
Perhaps, do you know the owner of this house?
I mean, I'm sure I've met him or her.
Tell them that they can't stay here tonight where you're staying here tonight.
Okay.
We'll pay them for their time.
Very well. She gives you a weird look, like y'all are fucking crazy. But she doesn't argue, and she gestures for John to come back in and grab the other end of this body, and she heaves the head, and he grabs the legs.
Alright, let's shutter the windows and make this place safe.
Safe as we can, anyway.
Very well. So she heads off. You guys see her head to the west around the building. And you guys can hear her huffing and puffing along the side and along the back, but she slowly makes her way away.
Well, I take my knuckle out of his mouth and re-gag him.
Totally fine. So you have your silver knuckles back.
Just put a silver coin in there.
But yes, Kudath and Silith and John are all gone. You guys are left to your own devices in this small little house with a burning ember fire and a
I'll look at you.
decrepit bed.
I'll look at the pot with nothing in it and the fire. And I'll look at you again.
There's a little bit of water in it.
What?
We haven't eaten today.
You find me some food and I will cook for you. All we have right now are rations.
Where's the pot?
With the bear.
Oh no, we should have let them know we were leaving.
They'll be fine. They're were creatures.
Oh, we went by the house on our way here and the door was swung open. I hope they're alright.
I shut up and I just go over to the pot.
Okay, sounds good. So, are you gonna make some food, or are you gonna just...
Yeah, I will start to take what rations I have.
I have some rations and some really old rabbit jerky.
I look at the jerky and I'm like...
It's probably not much
You
good.
go ahead.
No, I don't want this anymore.
Then you should probably throw it outside, otherwise we might see some giant rats.
Yeah, I just toss it out a window.
Okay, sounds good. There's no glass, so you just toss it out the hole in the wall. Anyway, so we'll take our break there as you guys settle in for your afternoon meal.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I don't know what I'm going to do with my hands. Hey, everyone. So I'm still doing the shout outs. We're just going to do a little different this week because guess what? You guys are great. we've gotten over 100 new followers over the last couple of weeks. We took a week off from recording for a little R&R session for the group. But we're going to be scrolling this at the bottom of the screen. We still, love you guys so much for showing that support, and liking and following our stuff. So instead, what I'm going to do is just, show you my appreciation. And, really, we can't do this without you guys. And, it's really you guys that make this. Just throwing out a couple of things that really caught my eye here. We got Dungeon Glitch. That's a fun name. We also got One Nerdy Housewife. I bet you are. We got Nat One Network. That sounds disappointing, but good for you. We got Shenanigans Top. I dated one of those once. We got Maka the DM. I don't even know what that is, but cool. Good for you, dude. Sweet P297. Aww. Let's see. What are some other ones? Misty Wood Logan. I feel like there's an innuendo somewhere in there, but it's lost in the fog. Thank you guys. All jokes aside, you guys are great. And we can't wait to make some more content for you. So, keep on going to our Twitter, to our, Instagram, Facebook, to TikTok, like our posts, and also follow us on those platforms. We got new content coming out each Friday. And also, we just released our podcast here a couple weeks back. So make sure to go to your favorite podcast platforms such as Apple Music or Google Podcasts. Make sure to follow those, subscribe to those, download them. Great way to catch up is just playing them on your drive to work, or in the gym or wherever you're at. So, again, thank you guys. Love you much, and see you later.
And we're back. So we will pick up with you guys are having late lunch, kind of resting, recuperating, making plans. What do you guys want to do? Currently, it is probably 2-3 in the afternoon. The town's pretty quiet.
What should we do with the rest of our day?
I don't know if we should go outside.
Okay, that's fair. We just wait?
What else are we supposed to do?
Anybody else get bit by the big werewolf? Anyone else?
Yeah, I think, all of us that were there.
I didn't get bit by the big werewolf.
Well, you weren't in
Rowan didn't get
fight.
bit by the big werewolf.
Oh, well, he's the only one who didn't.
I'm just wondering if anyone else is cursed with lycanthropy.
Yeah, it's possible.
I know Chatz is.
Guess it's just the two of you.
Well, good thing that the full moon is done for now.
If any of you guys turn into were creatures and attack me,
Is that going?
I'm gonna have Rowan punch you in the kidney like he did with Kudath.
I think there are better ways to solve that problem, but okay.
Well, hopefully Chatz is fine now that the curse has been removed, if it was removed at all.
Well, we won't find out until the next full moon.
Well, we have a month, don't we?
28 days.
Mm-hmm. We have a while. The best.
Maybe you should, because you can call it your were creature-ness at will, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should, I don't know, teach them some breathing techniques so that if they transform, maybe they don't murder us? I don't know, whatever your friend taught you.
She gifted me with the curse and taught me how to transform.
Maybe do that.
She taught me to, not to stop it.
Well, maybe do that to them? I don't know.
I don't
It could
think
be
they-
useful to have were-creatures in the party when
I don't
we're
think they want to.
in were-creature nation.
But is it a good idea if their curse came from Kudath?
Does it really matter where the curse comes from?
Yes.
Well, I'd rather them know how to control it than us be at fear of them turning and attacking us.
You don't have to worry about that for a month.
Finnick said it took him months to learn how to control it. At least the training started.
What's so funny?
You finally got the meme.
Which
I don't know, I'm just offering up
Darth
a
Vader.
suggestion. We
Whatever.
can ignore the problem if you'd like, Rowan, but it's not going to go away.
Stop talking about Duke like that.
It's above my pay grade, and I walk to one of the other smaller rooms.
I thought you were making
thought it
this
was one.
it is all one room.
Does it
So you
walk to
walk to
another
a corner.
I walk to a different corner.
Okay, sounds good.
I call the bed.
The bed is very lumpy.
I'm going to put my bedroll on top of it. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
What time of day is it?
It's probably around 2-3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
It's
early.
It's pretty early. We can obviously jump in time if no one has anything to want to talk about or do.
When we were bringing the cart up into Shaggy Paw, did I notice any other, like, tabaxi just walking around, or was the town pretty deserted?
It was pretty deserted, save for some guards.
Okay.
There are a couple guards that do patrol the town during the day, but you were being escorted, so you didn't have any problems.
Mm-hmm.
But you would know that there are other guards that do hang about.
Okay.
Yes, like that.
Now, the guard that escorted us, the tabaxi, did he have, like, a helm on or something, or?
He had like a face wrapping to kind of obfuscate his obvious tabaxi-like features.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was protecting his skin, essentially. Like, I mean, it could look like, oh, I was badly hurt, and so I'm protecting my skin so it can heal, but you would obviously know it's just...
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's to hide the fact that
he's tabaxi, yes.
Okay.
They're tabaxi.
I think I'm going to, like, try and spend some time to kind of recreate that sort of illusion that he is sporting.
Okay.
First, by my armor will change to match kind of his the guard's armor clothing, and then I'll try and do a similar, like, bandage wrap up.
Okay, sounds good. Are you using the similar bandages from before that you vomited into?
No.
Okay.
Well, I was wearing my mask that I vomited
Right.
into. I know I have, like, a healer's kit or something, so I could probably pull some off of that, but yeah. So I should have some fresh, clean bandages to use.
Sounds good. So you'll bandage yourself up, essentially, and to add to your disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Okay. Sounds good.
And maybe use a little bit of the disguise kit to make him look a little sullied or something like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, just in case we need to move about, I have something to move around in.
Okay. Sounds good. Anybody else want to do anything tonight?
While they are, like, all doing their different tasks, I will just kind of, like, hug the wall and just kind of wait for a moment that everyone's distracted. And I am going to sneak out the house.
Okay. Sounds good. Just go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Just see how...
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you beat everybody's passive perception. So quite easily you just effortlessly like push open the door a little bit and out the door. Where are you going?
Finnick has been there before?
Correct.
So he is going to look for any sort of like natural cover, preferably like trees or anything like that, and go there.
Okay, so there would be some trees along the north side of the building, like the back end, like between the buildings and the caldera portion of the like border. So you could go back there and kind of hide out for a bit to try and keep away from keep away from the guards. Are you leaving town at all? Are you just gonna hang out, or where are you planning on going?
Probably just kind of stealthily go to like where he would be most alone, like in that kind of cover.
Okay, sounds good.
Kind of the densest area he can find, and chill there.
Okay, sounds good. Are you just like chilling under a tree, looking up at the sky, like just relaxing, or
he would probably like how dense is it? Like, can you see the sky? Is it darker?
You can probably see through the tree. Like they're not like tight knit trees. It's probably more like spread out every so often type of trees. So I mean, you can probably like obscure yourself from vision, but you're not like gonna get lost in the woods or anything like that.
He'd probably try to find like the most cover he could find, like the most gathering where he can just kind of be by himself. Like no one probably could see him, and he would sit down at like the base of a tree and just like start running his fingers through the grass and like touching the roots, and just close his eyes and think.
Okay, so you center yourself a little bit and kind of feel the grass, and you feel it through your fingers, and you're getting a sense that like the wind is blowing ever so slightly, and you can kind of feel yourself like slowly starting to get one with nature. Like you're taking in your surroundings, like you're almost meditating, but not actually like focusing on anything. You're just kind of being there in the moment. Yep.
And so like in his mind, he would start reliving his childhood, and thinking about where he really grew up, which was like across the sea. And he would think about the forest he lived in, and like the community he had, and what it was like there, and how different his life is now, living in a world where he's a minority, and think about like what brought him happiness there when he was a child, and think about the life that he had with his family, living at the base of the waterfall after they had made the move, and think about what his parents taught him about and what they kind of believed as they were growing up. And he would start talking to his deity that none of his like companions know that he is. He has heard them talk shit about gods, and so he's never brought up the fact that he is basically a preacher's kid.
I think he told Sapphire.
I think we mentioned it. Yeah. Like it was very like on the down low, because you grew up in a monastery. Like he's like, oh, I think she's okay with this. But yeah, like starts having this moment and reaches out to the Forest Father, and he would say in his head, "Dear Forest Father, I know it's been a long time since we've last talked. I've thought a lot about your teachings and how Flynn raised me, preaching your ways. I come to you in a time of need. I've entered into a pact with a group that has offered me a great power to defeat my enemies, but has only brought me more trouble. The gifts that were bestowed upon me have turned more into a curse. I have not won any great victories against my enemies, but instead I have now succeeded in cutting down my companions. I'm afraid this so-called gift is turning me into a monster greater than I hunt. I know she wouldn't be proud of me or want me in this way. Please shine your blessing upon me and guide me out of this darkness I have fallen into. Praise be to Sylvanas.
So as you finish this incantation in your head, and you can feel the wind shift a little bit from a nice warm spring breeze to kind of a nice cool breeze from a completely different direction. And you can feel like a presence around you. You don't see anything necessarily, but you can feel like something is listening nearby. Do you hear like just an ever so softly like voice on the wind? What do you offer as tribute to the Forest Father?
He would, growing up knowing how to offer sacrifice to him, he would, at the base of the tree, to kind of use his claws. He'd probably shift and start burrowing at the base, and he would stand up and he would take out his short bow, and he would break it in half and say, I offer you my bow and my life, and then bury the bow.
Okay, so
and just sit down and just kind of think some more.
So as you're going through the process of you snap the bow, and you have a little tinge of fuck, like this is my
only weapon.
My only weapon, my only ranged weapon. You're like, I hope this works. And you let out a sigh of exasperation, like, is this going to do anything? I mean, is it going to help me? And you start to bury it with almost like a small, like, tinge of guilt, like, fuck, how is this going to help me? And you see, as you sit down and you concentrate, you hear and see from behind the tree a large man, think like Father Time, but covered in grass and moss, with a dark brown beard that you would immediately recognize as what your father and mother have always told you is the Forest Father, Sylvanas. And he shows himself to you and reaches down with, as you're sitting down, he reaches down his hand, and you can see he has a large wooden staff that he is carrying with him. And he puts his hand right underneath your chin and kind of like lifts you up to stand. And he says, my child, I've heard your prayers and I accept your offering, but I must ask something of you in your devotion to me. And he gestures past, to the west, the verdant expanse that, you have traveled through. That you've obviously seen it's been tainted by this diseased ooze of some sort. In your pledge to me, I need you to help rid the forest of this putrid ooze and bile and help bring it back to its restoration, to make sure it can grow and prosper as it should. And if you can promise me you will help in this endeavor, I can bestow partial ideas or gifts to you, depending on what you're willing to give in exchange. What do you say?
I live to serve you.
And he kind of he looks at you expectantly, like, are you gonna like bow, or are you gonna like you would know that you need to be very like humble and very almost ostentatious with him. So he would gesture for you to bow, and I'm assuming you do. And as you do, he says, always be prepared for the journey yet to come, which is something your father would always say. Okay. And as he says this, he starts waving his hand over the dirt that you had previously sacrificed your bow into, and out of it, a small wooden like trunk starts to like protrude out of it. Like, think like if you were to cut a tree in half and it's just like the stump, like that just starts to like protrude out of this this new grass hole that you made, and it slowly starts to expand, and it gets to the top, and it starts to kind of like a broccoli top, like just a bloom and flourish. But it's much smaller than the tree that's right next to. It's like a tenth the size of this giant tree. And he gestures to this, and he says, "Place your hand around the trunk and will it to be a bow."
So he would walk over and
grab the trunk.
Yeah.
So as you do, you walk over and put your arms around it, and as you do, it slowly starts to shrink in your hands, and in it is a bow made of elegant, like you can see different crooks and bindings and such that obviously it's made of real wood. And he says, "This is the bow of the woodlands," which I will add to your inventory.
Okay.
It does require attunement,
Okay.
so you can do that at any point. But he will say, "I will be watching, but know that I am always just on the wind." And as he says that, you're looking at the bow like in awe, and you look back, and he is gone. And you can see like just some lightly colored leaves. That's the word. Different colored leaves that like just float on the wind. That wouldn't make sense for it to be different colored leaves because it's not fall; it's spring. So it seems odd that there are various colored leaves, but he is no longer in your presence. But you definitely still feel his warmth as he has almost enveloped you in the great good graces of your forest father that you previously have had experience with, and so you would know that this is him welcoming you back to the fold. So, you can feel free. Did you want to do anything else while you're out in the woods?
He would probably kind of just collapse down after that exchange and just think about what happened, and after a few minutes, like get up and quietly make his way back and try to sneak back in, and like hopefully no one would notice he was gone.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and give me another stealth check.
25?
Okay. Yeah. Assuming no one made an effort to try and find him or notice he was gone, he would sneak right back in without anyone noticing. I'm assuming you guys are talking and eating and not really paying attention, unless you want to be doing something specific.
I took a spell so that I could finally do something.
Oh.
So I pull obsidian out of my hood and I sit him on the bed in front of me.
Oh, are you going to
her?
Yep.
I sit her on the bed in front of me and I look at her for a little while and I think and I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
When we talk to my cat.
Sounds good. Do you want to read the spell for us, please?
I gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration, which is I think 10 minutes.
Okay.
The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited to their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you.
Okay, sounds good.
So, is this for Sapphire or is this for Alysia?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys see as you're under your bed, I'm assuming. your lumpy bed. You set Onyx down. Obsidian, thank you. Onyx is your brother. Sorry. Obsidian, you set Obsidian down. And you start casting this spell. And you guys would all hear she would immediately start talking in cat, like, meow, 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 meow. And you would immediately what are you saying to Obsidian?
I will say, hello, friend.
What? Yeah. Hello.
I learned a spell so we could talk to each other.
She looks like taken back, like, what?
I mean, you've been traveling in my head for a few weeks, so I thought perhaps a conversation would be nice.
I mean, your neck has been nice and warm, and it's better than living on the streets, of course.
Of course. Being thrust into constant combat is probably
terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying is the correct word.
Yeah.
And you would know that, like, she definitely latches on to you as you're, like, getting hit and falling and, going unconscious. Like, she doesn't hurt you necessarily, but she's definitely terrified.
Yeah, I try to keep you as safe as I can.
I appreciate that. It's pretty scary, but you feed me. So, I can't really say no to that.
Well, I'm hoping that this isn't the life that we live forever. I would like to take you somewhere warm and safe, a permanent home where there's plenty of field mice.
I mean, mice are fun to chase and play with, and
no zombies.
What's a zombie?
The thing that we were fighting yesterday.
I was napping most of yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You don't need to know. They're just bad things that sometimes I kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you take care of me. You make sure I'm well fed and warm and safe, and I mean that's why I found you. I needed someone to
Well, you found.
I mean
him. And I took you.
Yes, I found someone to take care of me. I was having trouble fighting things. It's not easy living in a city.
And they thought you were a spy.
What's a spy?
Not you.
Thanks.
Do you like the name Obsidian?
Yes, it sounds pretty. I mean, I don't know what it means.
Well, what's a stone?
Those hard things that don't taste good?
Yeah. But it's pretty. It's a pretty stone.
Okay. Sure. I mean, my name's Lily, but I mean...
you have a name?
I mean, that's what my brothers and sisters call me.
You have brothers and sisters?
I'm from a litter of cats.
Did they have homes?
I'm assuming.
Because if they need homes, I have 4 more necks for cats to nestle on.
We were separated long ago. I have
Do you prefer Lily or Obsidian?
I'm fine with Obsidian, I guess. But I mean, my siblings called me Lily because we ate a lily once, and
you really shouldn't eat those. Those are bad for you.
But yeah, I know. I got really sick when they thought it was funny.
It's funny. You could have died.
What? Obviously, I figured that out from learning.
I'm writing down that Obsidian's name is Lily.
Of course you are.
Oh no! Look what I've done.
Look what you made me do.
Okay, well, Lily.
Do you have anything, like meat, like a fish or like?
Oh, I got some jerky rations.
I'll
break them up into teeny tiny little bites.
That sounds great.
Perfect.
And she just starts purring and like chewing and eating the stale rabbit
I
jerky.
give her scrooches, and then I go back to them and comment and go, her name's Lily.
Okay.
This whole time she's just saying meow 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 meow.
Her name's Lily, and she has brothers and sisters who may or may not have been adopted, so we might be getting more cats.
Let's not get more cats.
She's not a spy.
Did you cross-examine her?
Yes. She's very intense. She's very intelligent.
Yes, I'm sure you've talked to this animal. Lily can speak.
What? I used to spell, Chatz.
I mean, all Chatz has seen is just you going crazy on a cat, so.
Right. I mean, you would have seen her, like casting a spell of some sort. You don't know what it does.
Well, apparently, I haven't even been paying attention and seen Finnick leave or come back.
It's true.
So.
His high passive perception.
We didn't notice because we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're infatuated with the cat talk that Finnick manages. Right.
Her name is Lily.
Okay.
And she slept during the entire Kudath fight. Like, that's fucking hardcore.
I sleep for most of the day. I mean, I occasionally get up and
Do you understand common?
the spell is still active, so she's talking to you.
Oh, okay.
So you can understand
Still a
her.
valid question.
Yeah. Still
But no, what's common?
Well, what I was talking to them in just a second ago.
No, I know I don't understand anything of that.
Well, that explains things.
So when you go scrooches, she doesn't understand you're saying scrooches?
What's a
I think
scrooch?
she understands scrooches because I'm doing it.
Right. I like when you rub my chin and my ears. That feels nice. And then she paws at her ears I'm itchy. And she just starts.
Oh, she got fleas.
No, I will give you a bath if you have fleas. There's got to be a tub in here.
There's not.
There's a pot.
There's a pot, yes. Of warm water.
Warm water, yep.
Oh,
I can talk to my cat now. It was well worth a spell slot.
good job.
Was it?
Miss. You better hope we still have spell slots when we need to revive
Look,
you.
I can waste a spell slot for my own purposes if I
okay.
want to, but when you ask me to do it for your purposes, I'm a little offended.
To infiltrate the mountain?
Mm-hmm. Your purposes.
Okay, sure.
I just wanted to talk to my cat.
Obviously.
I mean, usually when I use my spell slots, it's because you all need something.
No.
I very rarely use them on myself.
Do you want to talk to my cat?
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
I can't actually cast the spell on you. But
Why did you offer it if you're not going to at least give it to me?
actually, can I? No, it's self.
Yeah, you probably can't.
I mean, you can still talk to her. She just won't be able to hear you.
I mean, she won't be able to understand me.
Chatz is gonna
So,
talk to
She likes
himself.
scrooches.
okay, well, I'll.
Those are the worst
Scrooge.
conversations.
Okay, cool. I'm sure she had liked that.
I think she's finally snapped from all of the stress.
Yes, indeed.
So
What?
Finnick comes back. Is she still talking to her cat?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
Look at her and go, oh, she's pretty. And then what is Chatz doing?
Well, let's see. I was doing my disguise. I guess.
You could probably be working on that. Sure.
Yeah, just
The
making.
mid-bandage rap, and you see me having a conversation.
Yeah,
with the cat.
Right.
you got distracted by the cat altercation.
Yeah.
Is she mocking me?
It's an altercation.
I do gesture over to you and then continue making cat noises.
That sounds very racist.
Right?
What does Obsidian think of the fact?
I mean,
Her name is Lily.
We call her Black Lily.
oh yeah, Black Lotus.
I don't know what else I would be doing other than just staring wildly in her direction as she is. She looks like she's a crazy woman.
This is magic.
Meowing to her cat.
Magic.
What are you doing with Chatz?
Can I kind of just sneak up to him? I just want to
Like scare him?
not scare him. I just want to get up and close with him and just
kind of like where you
get his attention, but
next
where you
to
just
him?
kind of drift in.
Sure. So,
how you doing?
yeah. So, Chatz, you're infatuated with what she's doing with Obsidian.
Uh-huh.
And you hear right next to you. What are you saying?
Excuse me, Sir Chatz. Do you have a moment?
I suppose I do. This is
I just want to
getting to a point where it's disturbing.
Right.
just getting a drag.
Yes. So I'll finish wrapping my head and say, yes, what is it?
I've been meaning to talk to you about this for a while. It's just never had the opportunity, fighting zombies and all. But I have something for you that I think you'll use more than myself.
Okay.
And he would pull out his sword and offer you his rapier and just say, I don't ever get into melee, and I think you would use this a lot more than myself.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I'll take it.
You got now 3 rapiers?
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know.
one of your teeth.
Yeah.
Travis says fair for stealing my dagger, but
right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I will. I hope this helps us in the battles ahead.
I hope so too. It's brought me a lot of joy in the past, but I think you would get more use out of it than myself.
Okay. Is there anything special about it? What is it?
Oh, it is crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's the Blade of Lost Love.
Oh.
What? You're giving
him
yeah.
your girlfriend?
Yeah, you get my lady friend.
Oh, okay.
I have like 3 swords.
I was like, I thought he was going with the
They're all
Ouroboros.
rapiers.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like a scimitar or some shit.
No, I have a trident.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going with the Ouroboros.
No, those ones are fun. I mean, you can have them too. I don't use them. But I need a couple melee weapons. But I feel like a rogue can use this a lot more than myself.
I'm sure I'll find a use for it. Yeah.
Heck, isn't that a very important sword to you?
It is important, but surviving is also important, and I think that will help us survive.
So, just a point of order, you would know that if he attunes to it, you read the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
The stuff is going to happen like to the sword because he attunes. Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
I know who the sword is.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm also very excited about that part.
Right.
Like, I want to see what happens there.
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
That's Eric being very excited about what could happen over on that side of the table.
Right. So
Okay.
it's the Blade of Lost Love.
In the bag.
He's cursed. He's cursed you.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah. I will attune to that, but
Okay. Sounds good.
okay.
I forgot to level up Rosemary, so I just did that.
Can I take that out of my inventory now?
Yes. Are you attuning to it then?
I guess so.
Okay. Eric, are you attuning to
I have.
your bow? Okay.
I did.
So I believe you two have the 2 highest passive perception. So you probably
Mine's
would
pretty close. I think I have really high too.
theirs are 17.
Oh, mine's 16.
No, mine's 18 now. Since
Oh, it's
I
8.
leveled up.
I haven't updated that. Did yours change to 18?
For my perception?
Passive.
No, it's still at 17.
Okay. So you would notice then, the bow that he had previously, because it's just like strapped on your back, right?
Yeah.
Like, it looks a little different. Like, it definitely, like, it was a very basic bow.
Yeah.
And it looks a lot more ornate now. Like, just passively as he's digging around and handing over the sword, you notice that something's a little off. But you don't know why. You just have an idea that, that's different.
That's interesting. I've been meaning to ask this for a while, but on Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we giving gifts out now?
We can. Did we see
I'm
Santa?
like, by the way, I've like picked a wall and it's got like my original battle map for this, and I'm like just.
Oh
like,
god,
kinda
I keep
reading
forgetting I
shit on
have
it.
this.
What's that?
This ring of spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a sling ring.
Does look like a string.
But I think I just watched Doctor Strange last night, so that's why.
Oh. I I forgot Doctor Strange had a...
Yeah. Chris was making fun of me because I told him I'd be a wizard, like sorcerer in MCU if I could. He's like,
right.
You don't want to be Captain America? I'm like, no, like I want to be
spells.
Yeah, spells. Like,
yeah.
Have you met me?
Right.
So I am going
He
to
does cool
pump.
shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not doing anything else tonight, right? Hopefully.
As far as you know.
Cool. I'm gonna pump 2 cure wounds into my spell storing ring.
So, I believe it's based on the level. So.
I get 5 levels, so
Right.
I'm gonna do 2 first levels. There's
Okay.
1 in there already.
There was 1 spell in there.
There's 1 spell in there.
I think I remember what spell it was. I have to look at my notes. If you choose to use that spell.
We'll find it. We'll beat that horse when it gets there.
Right. So there's 1 spell already in there, then so 2 more. So you have 2 left that are empty.
Okay. I will put. We'll put a. We'll just put. I will also put a 2nd level cure wounds in there.
Okay. So 3 cure wounds.
1 2nd level,
and 2
2
first.
first level, and then the mystery spell.
Right.
Is that my notes? Other.
Missed.
I just want you to cast mystery spell and see what it is.
Right. I will have to find that.
Did we announce what it was?
I don't.
If not, just roll a d20 and it's.
I don't think you know what it is. I might have to find
See what it
it
is.
and then be like,
because
it's
there was
a
one
spell.
loaded in there and she doesn't know what it is.
Correct. She's never tried.
If someone had identified, would they can you find out that way?
Possibly.
Or does identify just tell you it's a ring of Storian?
I mean, because none of you have identified, I will say yes, it would. But unfortunately, none of you have it.
All right. And then I will put an alarm across the door, the entryway to the door.
You have alarm?
Yeah, I've had it for a while.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, I put an alarm across the entryway of the door.
Okay.
All of us can enter. It's fine.
It's a cube.
I
Yes.
put a alarm around the perimeter of the building, and
Like outside or inside?
inside.
Okay.
So
This
up against
hut's
the window.
probably small enough
Yeah.
for you to do
Up
that.
against
Oh, yeah.
the windows, the door, whatever, and it's all of us is okay. And it's a silent alarm, so it'll go off in our heads if we, or just my head. Yeah, it'll ping in my mind.
You can do both. You can do in...
It'll do all of the things. It'll ping in my mind and also scream loudly to them.
Oh, okay. Verbally or in their heads?
It'll. Can I make it say things?
Yeah, whatever you want it to say.
It'll say, "Hey, bitches, wake up!"
Okay, sounds good.
if we're in danger, and it'll just ping in my head if I.
Yep. Shut up.
Eric, feel free to reorganize your spells.
That's what I'm doing.
Yep, I figured that's what you're doing, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to give you the go ahead with that.
Yeah. I'm out of spells, guys. Hopefully we don't fight anything, but I prepped myself for next time we fight things. Well, actually, I have 3rd level spells left.
Well, that's good.
Oh. Or those were, what, 2nd level?
I used 1st and 2nd level, but I used a lot of spells for the path up trays, so.
So we've got clutch spells.
I have a bunch of heals that don't require spell slots in the event something bad happens. And one mystery spell that could kill someone, we'll find out.
No.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that one does.
I'm cool with that not happening.
If you never use it, or is
Oh
that?
no, I'm definitely going to use it. I want to know what it does.
Oh, okay.
I probably won't point it at a friend. We'll see.
Maybe it's like haste.
In before it, boosts up,
It's a 1st level spell, right? Because it's a single slot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they work.
Yeah, so it wouldn't hurt my friends that much if it was a damaging spell. Probably. I'll point it at my friends. You're right. Point it at my friends.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, it's maybe not me. I feel
No,
like...
I was going to point it at Duke.
Oh, yeah.
He could take it.
Yeah, he can take a
He
hit.
can take a hit.
I mean, are you saying I can't take a hint?
I like you.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
I like Duke, but
he probably is more sturdy than me. I'll give you that.
He's sturdy, and when he's angry, he's even more sturdy.
Right. I mean,
he's like big, angry dragonborn.
Right.
With anger issues.
And magic somehow?
I don't understand that part, but I don't know if he does either, so...
Yeah, how does that work?
Yeah, this is very small. This room, I don't...
Oh, we know that you know we're talking about you, dude.
Yeah.
We're not being quiet.
I like... Sorry, Eric just rolled.
I rolled something and I accidentally clicked on a thing.
Yeah.
So, surprise, I rolled something.
Right. I saw it pop up, I was like, oh, cool. Yep. At first second I thought it was Rowan, because it was... Anyway.
Do we have any other plans for the day, or should we just rest for the rest of the day? Hang out, chill, play some
Well,
cards.
we're still waiting on information and, passage.
I have a question for Chatz. How long does it take to get from here to Underfelix?
Here to Underfelix? I mean, it'd take a few hours, I suppose. It's a mountain, but there's roads. I assume they are still maintained. So we just have to walk there. And, I suppose it wouldn't take much more than what it took to walk here from Taran, so...
You would know it's a pretty steep incline going up to Underfelix, so pulling a cart up that steep incline is
going to take the cart with us?
That was the cover you were going to use.
Oh, right. We're merchants. Yes. We're going to use the cover of merchants.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So
Not pulling the cart. Not it. 100%. Also, that cart's covered in gore, so we should probably clean it.
We should probably clean it.
Do you, by any chance, Rosemary, know a spell to just clean things?
Let me look.
I've seen Mother do it, so I know it exists.
I can make things loud.
No, we don't want the cart to be loud. We want it to be clean, not covered in gore.
Not
loud, covered in... glitter would be fun.
I can make the door open really fast.
No, that's not what I want. There's not even a door on a cart.
I'm just telling you things I can do. I can change the appearance of my eyes.
Why would that be helpful?
I'm just telling you things I can do. But I can make things light, and she takes her finger and puts it on the end of her sword, and it lights up.
Chatz, do you still have that bar of soap?
No, I gave it to someone special.
Oh, you used that to clean the cart. You could have used it for its one true purpose.
Who did you give your soap to?
I gave it to... I can't remember.
Evelyn?
Evelyn, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is treasuring that soap and not eating it.
The soap had special meaning to me.
I hope they're doing all right and made it through the night.
I hope so, too.
We didn't really go check on them.
Yeah. No one went back to the house, correct?
We went by it and the door was open. We didn't look in.
Oh.
I really should have stopped and checked on that place before I left.
We should have too, but we were driving a body cart.
Yeah, we were a little busy. We had other things we needed to work on. It's understandable.
Hopefully they're all right.
I mean,
Rowan would probably murder somebody if they were in danger. Right, Rowan?
I mean, last night there was a lot happening, and I didn't have any choice to check in on them. Wasn't something that I could do.
I understand. Well, hopefully they're not dead.
They're were creatures. I feel like they'll be alright.
I mean, they lived their lives before us. I mean, I'm sure they can find food and maybe figure out how to use that cauldron. I mean,
We should have gotten the cauldron, you're right.
That's the main.
Yeah.
wait, you care more about the cauldron than their lives?
No, but it's a very expensive magical item that is now in your home with the door wide open. I have to imagine that there are looters.
Why would they take a cauldron?
I don't know. Is it magic?
They're not going to know it's magic unless...
Because it's made out of metal and that sells well?
I mean...
Well, it's unfortunate that the magical cauldron is in Taran, and we are here. That's just the fact of the matter. We can't worry about it right now, because we can't go back to Taran, because I'm sure security is only going to get worse, especially the longer Kudath is absent.
I wonder if the city is going to be attacked again tonight.
I worry about
Probably.
that too. I mean, they don't have much of a guard force left at all.
No, they're
I
not...
mean, I'm fairly confident that these guys were the main reason why they were even able to survive the night to begin with.
I mean, Kudath would have probably been helpful to help defend the city.
Kudath wasn't there. I don't know why.
It's almost
Very
like...
unprofessional of him to not help his people.
It's almost like he tried and we ambushed him.
No, I didn't see him at all.
Right.
Sack potatoes.
Anyhow,
I wish we could find out who was sending
Where
these
Tito's.
damn undead. Deal with them.
I know. It's becoming a problem. We've been seeing these undead ambushing places our entire time traveling this area, and that black ooze isn't getting any less either. It's getting more here. It's following us almost. It's going to become a big issue pretty soon. It's not on the mountain yet, but who knows how long until it gets here. Once those were creatures defeat Terran, which they will if they keep attacking night after night, there's no way Terran's going to survive another onslaught. Or another couple of onslaughts. They're going to come here next.
It's only a matter of time. And Shaggy Paw definitely can't withstand.
There's
If
no way.
Taran can't, Shaggy Paw's a goner.
Yeah. They'll steamroll Shaggy Paw, especially since there's so few people here.
And no weapons? I mean,
they always attack at night, so at least there'll be the benefit of the guards that are just outside, but
True.
I don't think that they stand a fighting chance.
No.
There's no walls here.
No, I don't think so. I mean, once they get through the gate, it's going to be chaos.
yeah. Luckily, the sides of the mountain are steep, so it's a natural wall, but yes, once that gate falls, they have a free entrance.
The
in.
walls of this mountain are beneficial, but also a hindrance, because if the gate falls and they get on the mountain, it's going to be hard for the people here to get off the mountain safely.
Yes, there's nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. So we need to resolve this issue quickly, so we can figure out what to do about these undead creatures.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps it would be wise for us to go talk to Silith about these undead.
I mean, she knows about them. She sent her people to help fight them.
Yes. But
maybe we should have her, I don't know, come up with some way for her to contact us if they breach the entrance to the mountain, so we can come back and help fight. Because that's going to be more important pretty soon than what's going on this mountain.
Yes, I agree. There's no point in...
Chatz, I know you and your daughter don't really agree on who should rule this place, but maybe you can at least agree on protecting it. You should reach out to her.
I can try. She came to me in a dream. I don't know how she did that. It looked like my daughter. I don't know if it is my daughter, unless she had a similar accident like me and was caught in some sort of time bubble, she would be hundreds of years old.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but I can only think of all the bad ways one becomes an ancient being. I don't want to think of my daughter in that way, but approaching her, I think we definitely need to be cautious.
Well,
But
we don't have to form a lasting alliance with her, but maybe at least until we can deal with the undead.
What kind of help do you think she would be?
I don't know. When I talked to her in my dream, we had a bit of a confrontation. We disagreed on how to go about ruling the mountain. She wishes to rule over this mountain, and she doesn't seem to care who gets hurt in that path.
Does she have allies that would help her? I mean,
I don't know who is working with her.
I have one more question maybe you don't want to hear. You think your daughter might be evil?
I think my daughter lived on her own for a very long time. And I think someone without a people, someone without a home, becomes very lost. Do I want to say evil? I don't know if I'm ready to say that yet. There's a lot of things I'm not ready to confront yet, but it's going to be coming to this doorstep soon. I can feel it. I'll do what I can. I'll try and reach out as we're bedding down tonight and see if I can connect with her again. I can't make any promises.
Do you know how she reached you before? Did she cast a spell or something? Did you hear like a ping in your brain? Like,
I think
He fell unconscious, remember?
right, but was there anything that alerted you to her invasive presence? Did she, like...
Well, we had come back from a search mission up on here, and I remember feeling a little woozy during the day, and until it culminated in me collapsing in your home. I don't quite remember the details. It's kind of fuzzy now, though it was only yesterday.
Oh, a lot has happened in a day.
A lot has happened in a day. I just remember being here in this world, and then I woke in a world that doesn't exist anymore. I woke in the castle as I recalled it, the Castle Felix, up on the mountain, and she was sitting in the throne, and she introduced me to my deceased wife, who looked quite alive, though I wouldn't say she was well.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
That's all I can say is she was just showing me these memories, a nostalgic view of our old life.
So
None of it made sense.
I have an unrelated question now.
Okay.
Castle Felix is in Under Felix, right?
Is above Under Felix.
Do you
That's
think,
the name of Under Felix.
Do you think that what's his name, Dominic? Or do you think that he's held up in your old home?
I mean, it's a fortress in its own right. I would assume that whoever rules here, or at least some ruling body, would probably use it to that advantage.
Do you know of any secret entrances, back entryways?
That's a good question.
Because that might be helpful for us.
I mean, you would know that place like the back of your hand, so in theory, yes.
I mean, there's some old tunnels. It's a fortress because when it was built, my people was under the attack by humans often, and so the entirety of Under Felix could be housed in that castle.
Yes, but most places like that are built with secret exits that
Yes.
only like the royal family would know about. That could be beneficial for us to get in there and,
Yes,
deal with Dominic.
there are exits. Some of them may be treacherous. They would be built into the side of the mountain. Whether they're still intact, who knows? They could have caved in. There may have been some of them that connected to the network of mines that goes through the core of the main mountain. But again, treacherous. I don't know what lives down there. During my time, I resided over a long stretch of peace. So we never had to use secret exits. I remember getting lost down in one of the tunnels as a child, but that was a long time ago and I was lost. So yes, they exist. I don't know exactly how to get in. I think the best option would be to talk to, I assume there's some servants serving that castle.
And I know that Silas said she has some allies there. They might know that information as well.
Yes. I think it would be worth searching that out.
Chatz, your talk of this dream thing that happened, are you certain it wasn't just some sort of, just that brought about from your exhaustion? Your mind just running wild? Longing for the nostalgia, the return of your family, what it might look like if you hadn't lost it?
It could be a dream. But I've come to terms that I can't get that back. And there's something about it. Just the suddenness of it all. The creature claiming to be my daughter, and how adamant she was that she does not go by Suze anymore. She is Akril. Akril. It's... I never in 1,000 years would ever think of my daughter in any other way. That's the part that stands out most to me, is that whatever that dream was, I felt like there was some other influence behind it.
Do you think that it could be someone else manipulating you? I know you mentioned that you saw visions of your daughter when you were in, what is it called? Barovia?
Yes.
But was that really visions of her, or was that someone messing with your mind? This could be that all over again.
It could be.
That's actually something I was thinking that could be what's going on here, that they want to, I don't know how they might know these things to get to you, but if they did know, it could be an effective strategy, in theory, to try and break you.
It could be.
I've seen these things done before. The point that you need to know is, I know you want her desperately to actually be your daughter, and for it to work out, we all do for you, right? But you should continue treating her as an outside. And with that, if it happens again, pay attention to what she is asking of you, if anything. It could just be that they're trying to gain information. If you can't lie, don't say anything. And that stands for really anyone here.
I mean, I try not to lie if I can help it.
I have a really bad time lying too.
Yeah, you should probably abstain from talking sometimes a little more.
I'm offended by that.
Be polite, Duke. As for...
I don't have to lie to mislead people.
No, that's quite literally what you're doing.
No, sometimes the truth is just misleading. Or the absence of truth. I guess.
That would be the whole not talking part.
Maybe like a white lie? Maybe that's what she's...
No, those make me uncomfortable too.
They don't hurt anyone.
They don't?
It would
That's
be
the whole point.
You're a religious person, so I'll believe you. But Father Isaac told me that lying is a bad thing.
Lying can be good if it's for the right reasons.
Father Isaac's a liar.
Exactly. He was lying to you for the right reasons. He was trying to instill honesty in you.
It's probably the worst way to teach a lesson, but
I get anxiety when I lie to people because of him.
I mean, yes, the gods are always watching us, but
fuck them.
But obviously you don't care, so... I mean, Lathander watches over all of us, but if you don't mind, then...
I don't know who Lathander is.
And she lifts up her holy symbol.
Like, if I was in a god-worshipping kind of mentality, it'd be Cord. Cord all the way. Cord's the best.
You and your, I'm assuming, mother and whatever, all of you and your Cord lovers.
Yeah.
That was very meta of me.
Well, I don't know about everyone, I guess, but my mother, I don't know about her, but my brother's a paladin.
Of?
Cord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Father Isaac is a cleric.
Of?
Cord.
That makes sense.
I grew up in an accordion temple.
In an accordion?
We learned how to play the accordion. It's a Cord specialty.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That really should be a thing. Like,
Yeah,
Cord should
play accordion.
He should, yes.
Yeah, my mother played a keytar, but you know.
What is a keytar?
Oh, it's so cool.
She didn't get that until she was in Barovia.
I know.
You would have never known about
No,
that.
I know. I could feel it.
Your mother played a keytar.
You would know that.
Yeah.
You two would know that.
I'm just saying, you know, I'm not like big into gods, but if I was, of course, the best.
Whatever you say, praise Lathander.
I don't even know who that is.
You would know of Lathander.
No, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
You're.
I went to a Lathander wedding.
Right, like you know who.
I know who it is.
Right.
I choose not to.
Yeah, you're
know this person.
willingly choosing not to. I understand.
But all gods suck, so whatever.
That's what I hear, right, Duke?
What?
The gods suck, supposedly.
I mean, they're not very useful.
I'm
Debatable.
ill-concerned with their matters.
Anyhow, don't worry about me. I am not disillusioned by the image of my daughter. But if there is a potential shaky alliance, I think it's something to look into. Even if it means we can get these zombies off of our backs.
What if she's the one summoning them?
Well,
That was actually a thought I've had.
then we definitely need to figure out who it is that's sending me these messages and where they are and how to stop it.
Hey, what's your passive perception?
19.
Oh, fucking hell.
17?
What?
18.
Oh, 17.
16.
Okay, so yeah, you just notice on the fucking wall with all the other shit. Her new name, and then it's Zombie Summoner, and then also Dominic, and then there's just question marks next to all of them. So it's yeah.
Huh.
You could easily
I see that you're drawing the same
recognize
conclusions that I drew.
It could be one of these.
I can read you my secret notes now.
Which are?
Okay, I think it was in the Bryce's dead notes.
Oh
Nope, it's not. It's not in Bryce's dead notes. I'm wrong. It's in...
yeah, Bryce is dead, by the way. I don't know if we all know that, but Bryce
yeah.
is dead.
It might be in this one.
Are you saying that as Rosemary?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think we learned that last night.
I didn't know if everyone knew, but
How much did you learn about it? I don't remember.
Not much. Zombies or something.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I
zombies.
thought that perhaps the people that we killed in the mountain were also her allies. They were trying to summon an old one.
But old ones and undead, would those things go together?
I don't know. I have no idea. I asked them when we were fighting them if they had anything to do with the undead creatures, and they attacked us. They did not give me any comment.
I don't know much about this word's old ones, but I suppose maybe there could be one that leads undead. It could have been a way to gain more through here.
Who knows? There's so many strange things happening around this entire circumstance. You have the mountain, which just appeared here, and before I had heard that it had moved other places, but for some reason it's stuck here. There was a cave full of grotesque creatures.
I mean, maybe it's here for a reason. If this mountain can move itself, that is a very strong magic or power or something.
Yeah,
I
how
don't
in the nine
know.
hells did the mountain ever move?
I don't know a lot about magic or anything, but that kind of power could be used to summon some great old entity pretty easily, right?
All I know are
Maybe
the
it was
fairy
brought
tales.
here for a reason.
Supposedly, myth has it that the mountain was broken off of our original land and thrown into another world. No one knows how or why it moves, but again, this was myth until I heard it was actually moving. Supposedly, when the first time it moved, it landed in the land of humans, and that caused the rift and the war between my people and their people. And that's why we built Castle Felix as a defense. They had castles and they had ballistas, and we needed a way to defend ourselves against that. And so we built structures similar to
I
theirs.
have a question. Why did you build your defense at the top of the mountain and not at the only entry point to your mountain?
It was a buffer. See, on the other side of Felix and under Felix, on the far side of the mountain, are the needles. The needles are nearly impassable. It's very deadly, it's very steep, and it's full of jagged, sharp rocks that no one can get to. And the low valleys, that's really the only place to enter the mountain. And it is a steep trek upwards, and from the vantage point of Felix, you can shoot down on any invading armies. We kept the roads narrow enough that their ballistas could not be wheeled up the mountain, and so any heavy artillery had to be left at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best strategic point for our community at the time.
Well, seems like there are a lot of pieces in play here besides us just killing Dominic. Although that's starting to feel like the most easiest thing to figure out.
Some of them could start falling as soon as we topple one.
Regardless, I think it's best to sleep on it tonight, because we're not going to get any answers until
tomorrow.
Yep.
As you guys are having this conversation, you guys hear and feel the ground around you start to shake a little bit. Everyone roll me Dex saving throws as you feel and hear a loud rumbling and quaking of earth around you.
Do they have earthquakes on mountains?
Is this a volcano?
Is there a volcano on your mountain?
Well, the whole system is an ancient volcano, but it
erupt?
Well, it never erupted in my time.
Well,
you're gonna hate me in natural 20 again, but
of course it is.
28.
Okay.
So that's a 30 total.
17.
17. Okay.
It can happen.
Grab Lily.
Oh, am I the only one shaking? Okay.
Whoa.
Oh yeah! Oh god, there was an actual in-game earthquake! Everybody has to participate for it to be fun, Josh.
I rolled a 28. I'm just moving with the flow.
Right.
I'm literally sitting there just doing like this, the sides.
12? What'd you get?
13.
Okay. You two stumble, you don't take any damage, but you like topple over as
trying to make sure my wall doesn't fall.
Right. It definitely like shakes a bit and it looks like it's about to fall, but you manage to keep it up as you fall.
Pushpin shakes out.
Right.
Don't step on that.
But you all feel like the ground around you quake and a loud echoing booming rumbling around you as it slowly subsides, and you just hear silence. And you think there's just more and more questions than answers at this point. And you're not quite sure how the night will unfold. But that is where we will end for tonight.
And on an earthquake.
We won't know for weeks.
Thank you, everybody. Oh my god.
We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm assuming we can't say, is it Friday yet?
No. Let's not tread those waters.
Yeah.
But we will see you Friday.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.